What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement, and we are coming back tonight with something a little bit different. Where my co-host Lou Talks is a diehard Mets fan, as you guys know. I don't mind the Mets. Since the Yankees are off, we figured why not? We would do a Mets game tonight since they are battling for first place with the Atlanta Braves. They only have a 3.5 game lead, so we're like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do this video tonight. Let's do this live stream. We've got you guys here. This should be a real exciting series tonight. There's only a couple division races left going on right now. Only a couple division races left. I mean, the Mets and the Brewers and the Guardians, I think, are only a little bit behind right now in their division. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, the bell notice, and the like button. Keep the stream going. I'm Johnny Basement. We do sports streams on here. We do a lot of Yankees on here, but tonight, again, we're going to be doing the Mets. The Mets have, again, you guys all know Lou. That's his diehard team right there. So, and this is a huge battle right here. This is a 5-game set. It's a 5-game set. So at the end of this, the Braves could be in first place for all we know. So the Mets got the pitching. The Mets really have a great pitching staff. Carlos Carrasco is starting tonight. They didn't do a lot at the trade deadline. The Mets didn't do a lot at the trade deadline, really. I mean, they brought in Darren Ruff from the Giants. They got rid of J.D. Davis. And Ruff is supposed to – I guess he's supposed to be the DH against lefties. That's what it said. So the DH against lefties, he has 11 home runs on the season from the Giants. And he's hit 9 off of lefties. And then they're going to use Vogelbach, who's hit about 12 home runs off of righties this year with 29 RBIs. So they're going to kind of platoon the DHs for the rest of the year. Personally, I thought they should have gotten J.D. Martinez. I thought the Mets were going to go after him. Lou will be on in a few minutes. I just texted him. He said he's just getting in from work. He'll be on in a few. He's not missing this, man. This is his team. When we're all on here with the Yankees, he comes on when he feels like it. But when we're doing the Mets and it's a big series, well, he's going to be on tonight because the Mets are off, like we said. The Mets are off tonight. I mean, the Mets are off. The Yankees are off. This is the basement. This is what happens down here. We all know that. So this is probably him right here. The Braves are only 3.5 games behind the Mets right now. So this is going to be quite a series. I'm actually interested in this game. Like I said, I don't hate the Mets. I'm a Yankee fan, diehard the whole way. But I don't hate the Mets. I grew up in the Mets household. I grew up in the era of Darryl Strawberry and Keith Hernandez, and even before that. I remember when Dwight Gooden came out, and I remember when George Foster came over from the Big Red Machine, and he didn't really do that much for the Mets. I remember when they traded Lenny Dykstra and Roger McDowell for Juan Samuel to the Phillies. That was one of the worst, up until Boston traded Mookie Betts. That was one of the worst trades. Mookie Betts is another one that comes to mind right now. How do you get rid of Lenny Dykstra and Roger McDowell? It's talking about Nails, a great center fielder at the time, and then Roger McDowell is one of the better relievers in the league. And for a guy, Juan Samuel, there wasn't even going to play. He said he didn't want to play in New York. So it was like a rental for half the season. It was gone. It was crazy. What's up, Fierce? Oh, that's all right. I mean, everybody that comes on here gives me their time. You guys don't owe me anything. Coming on here, seeing you guys back here is great. This is what this channel's about. It's for fans. We're all fans here. I'm nobody special. We're just fans. I love watching sports, and I love watching it with all of you guys. So it's all good. I appreciate you showing up every time that you guys are here. You guys owe me nothing. This is just a fan channel. That's it. I'm a diehard fan. My man Lou is a diehard fan, and we're just we're going to do his Mets tonight. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a big game, and I hope everything's okay. Is everything okay, Fierce? With your family? I hope everything's good with you guys. And we're also, by the way, we're doing Clash at the Castle, WWE, September 3rd. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. It's going to be a watch party. It's going to be crazy in here. Labor Day weekend. It's going to be a lot of people here. It's going to be a lot of fun. That is going to be something to beat. Saturday, September 3rd, Clash at the Castle. So that's going to be a lot of fun that day. But again, everything that goes on with you guys and stuff, I appreciate you being here, and I really hope everything's going well with your family. So again, we have yesterday with the Yankees on the live stream that we had there. Gerrit Cole is an absolute train wreck. 6 runs in the first inning, all off 3 home runs. 3 home runs, totaled 6 runs in the first inning. That's insane. That's insane. This guy, this is what we're going into playoffs with. So, and again, the Astros are the team to beat, and I was corrected. I thought we were 2-4 against the Astros. We're actually 2-5. I forgot there was another loss along the way, so that makes it even worse. But Gerrit Cole has been an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster, and they just can't look at this guy as being the ace going in. Nestor Cortez is our ace. That's who's pitching the big money right now is Cortez, not Cole. I can't even stand watching this guy pitch, and then the rest of the game, the announcers for the Yankees, Michael Kay, they all want us to be like, oh, well, you know, he's settled down since then. Settled down? He gave up 3 holes. We put us in a 6-0 hole against the Mariners, who had Luis Castillo, his very first game with the Mariners after he was brought over in that good trade that we tried to get Castillo. He got the note that it was a pitching duel that day. He got the message. Cole didn't. Castillo shut the Yankees down with only 3 hits till about the 6th or 7th inning. Higgy, of all people, hit a 2-run home run. Anthony Rizzo batted first. No Aaron Judge. Anthony Rizzo batting first. What was Cole? What was Boone thinking about? It's a very odd lineup yesterday. Benintendi's hitting 5th. That guy has wheels, man. Why would you be batting him 5th and LeMahieu 2nd? Isn't it fun being fans when we've never done any of this stuff, but we can just critique the hell out of these guys? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. And it's great news. That is great news. I'm glad to hear that everything's okay. That's what's most important. Sports is sports. We all love them. This is what sports can take away what your every day is. Even if it's a great day, bad day, stuff, sports for the few hours that it gives us, this is what it's all about. Fans speaking to fans, get away from life for a little while, watch these games, and have a fun with it, no matter what. We talk about everything in here, as you know. We talk about everything in this room. We could be watching baseball and talk about wrestling or football. We're going to be doing a lot of football soon, obviously. The first preseason game kicks off tonight. And to be quite honest with you, I don't care about – the only great thing about preseason football is that football's back. I can't sit through an entire preseason game. I just can't. They're boring as hell. They're just boring. I'm more worried that our star players for the Jets, and I'm sure for whatever team you guys are fans of, we're more worried about our star players getting hurt for the season in games that don't matter. That's what preseason games scare me more than anything else. They scare me. So I don't really care about the preseason, but football's back, and that's what it's all about. And I'm loving it. I can't wait. The Jets open up at home against the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to see this new Jet team that we've been hearing about since April, and all these bets, these crazy bets that Vegas and people are putting on the Jets to win the Super Bowl, or Zach Wilson's going to be the best quarterback in the league. I'm not kidding you. Look it up. There's more bets on Zach Wilson than there is on Brady, Rodgers, and Pat Mahomes of the type of season they're going to have. I'm not kidding. You look this stuff up. It's insane. So here we go. Carlos Carrasco's starting. He's 11-4 with a 3.79 ERA. Man, I made one comment about Carrasco because I saw him pitch like once or twice this year, and he didn't do well in either one. And he's been pitching outstanding ever since. And Lou makes me never forget when I said the guy wasn't that good. He has made me – he never lets me live it down. He never lets me live this down. It's absolutely crazy. But the guy has been pitching lights out. And I didn't say he was terrible. I just said, you know, he just wasn't – the 2 games I saw him, he didn't look that good. Oh, my gosh. This guy, you'll see when he comes on here. You'll see. But that's what makes it all fun. He's a Met fan, a Yankee fan. We just, you know. But I am going for the Mets in this game, definitely. I'm going for the Mets. My father was a diehard Met fan. He grew up a Brooklyn Dodger fan. So once the Brooklyn Dodgers left and went to L.A., he became a Met fan. He just would never become a Yankee fan. So he just said he couldn't. It's because the Yankees beat Brooklyn in the World Series more and more times than not. So it's we're pumped up too, Fierce. We are pumped up. And the Buffalo Bills Mafia, I'm telling you, when your games are on Sunday or Monday or oh no. Okay, he's got that. Sunday, Monday, or Thursdays, I'm doing those games. I'm going to do it for you guys because I have so many subs on this channel that are Bills Mafia. We're going to do those games live. It's going to be fun. I'm going to wear my Jets gear while we're doing the Bills game, but it's all good because you guys support my channel, and I really, really, really appreciate it. You guys, again, having the channel on here and doing this stuff is so much fun. And like I said, you guys don't owe me anything, and I'm happy that you guys are here. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Once Lou gets on, all the trash talking is going to start. So anyway, the Mets, they didn't make many moves at the trade deadline. Not many. I really thought they should have gotten J.D. Martinez, but when you think about the Mets pitching staff compared to the Yankees, the Mets pitching staff blows the Yankees away. We're the New York Yankees. The Mets got Scherzer and DeGrom and Chris Bassett and Taijuan Walker. Carrasco's 11-4 with a 3.79 ERA, and he's the 5th starter. Our back of rotation is garbage compared to this. Taijuan has 10 wins, but he doesn't look like a 10-win pitcher. Carrasco's 11-4. He's their 5th starter. The 5th. We don't get stuff like that. We're the Yankees, man. How is that possible that we're the best team in baseball? Is, we're going back and forth with the Dodgers, but still in all, and all of us fans are worried about going into the playoffs with our pitching staff. Isn't that crazy? It's insane. Cole sucks. That guy, I could go on and on. You guys are probably getting tired of me talking about Garrett Cole. Severino's on the 60-day IL. And the Yankees just waited for Severino to come back. The guy did well this year, but he just hasn't pitched. He hasn't pitched in 2 years, so you're going to rely on him. Now, that would have been a guy you bring back and make him the 4th or 5th starter and, let him feel his way back in. But, is it a big surprise he got hurt again? It's not. It's not a big surprise. I'm sorry that he did. He worked hard to get back. But this is what happens when you rely. I just don't get it. They rely on people like that, man, that are injured all the time. The Yankees are weird. They relied on Gary Sanchez to come back from his back to his form. They waited 3 extra years. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. And here we go. Matt Olson is up for the Braves right now, and he's hitting 248. And he's a guy that the Yankees were looking at bringing in to replace Rizzo. Because Rizzo is at the time, just a rental for the year. Man, I wanted Rizzo back on the Yankees. The guy proved he could play in New York, and I'm glad we got him. Maybe Olson has a better average, but Rizzo is money. And not all these superstars come to New York and can play in New York. That's what's crazy about it. Not everybody can play in New York. Some people crumble to the pressure. They crumble in Boston. They crumble in Philadelphia. It's the fan base. It's what we expect. Benintendi right now hasn't been hitting very well. Eventually, they're going to get on him. Well, I struck him out too, Carrasco. So you got 2 strikeouts and a flyout. That's a great start. It's a great start for Carrasco. Now the Mets batting order. The Mets got a decent batting order too. I hope we have a Subway Series. I really hope we have a Yankee Met World Series. That would be absolutely incredible. That would be incredible. It hasn't happened in 22 years, and the Yankees obviously won that one. But that would be incredible. What a great time. All the trash talk, all the back and forth, the sport. That's what sports is all about. Me and Lou would be on here forever talking about. He still wants to pay back for that. That's why they get so excited about the 2 games they beat us a couple weeks ago. And Max Scherzer shutting down the Yankees batting order, shutting down Judge. That's Max Scherzer, man. What is so bad about getting shut down by Max Scherzer? Nothing. How many great hitters does the guy shut down? He's like one of the greatest pitchers of this era. How many teams would Max Scherzer be on that he'd be the number 2 guy? The Mets, because of DeGrom. What other team really would he follow up on and agree to be the number 2? Agree that he's not the ace. How many teams do you think of that Max Scherzer wouldn't be the ace on? Hey, what's up, Godini? Mikhailov, what's up? Hey, Lou's about to come on. The Yankees are off tonight. So we decided to do the Mets and the Braves because they're actually fighting for first place. This is a 5-game series. The Braves are 3.5 games behind the Mets. So we're like, hey, we'll do the Met game tonight. We're going to be back to the Yankees tomorrow night against the Cardinals at 8:15 Eastern. Back live right here, 8:15 Eastern on Friday night for Yankees Cardinals. But tonight, we're going to do lose team. We're going to do the Mets. Like I said, I like the Mets. I have no problem with them. So we're going to see what they can do. This is actually a really big series because there's not too many races left in baseball. There really isn't. The Yankees have a huge lead. The Astros have a huge lead. The Dodgers have a huge lead. Even though the Padres got Juan Soto now, that'll be interesting the rest of the way to see how much they could really catch up. We'll see. There's only really a couple races left. This one is a tight race to the finish. The Mets and the Braves, and then the Brewers and the Cardinals. I think the Brewers only have half a game lead over the Cardinals, so that's a tight race also. But there's not really a lot of them left. So we're already worried about the playoffs. Mikhailov, man, let me guess what time it is in Australia. Let me see if I actually can start getting this right. Five in the morning? 5? Yeah, 5 in the morning? Is it 5 in the morning now? I'm just guessing, man, but I'm trying to time when you tune in. Mikhailov is from Australia. This is great. He's learning baseball. Great with hockey. Great with football. He's learning baseball right now, so this is awesome. Oh, yeah, Fierce. You got to keep an eye on Padres. Think about the batting order. Tatis is about to come back. So you got Soto, Tatis, Machado, and the Padres got Josh Bell, too, from the Nationals. Josh Bell is hitting 301. I mean, that's another solid hitter they got from the Nationals. And the Nationals basically got nothing. They got 5 prospects. I mean, they all say they're 5 very good prospects. But, I mean, who knows until they actually start playing. But just for the sake of argument, they got 5 prospects and Luke Voigt. So, and they got Juan Soto and Josh Bell. That is a hell of a pickup. I think they're 11 games out of first place right now. But you got a lot of time left. So let's see what the Padres now I'm very interested in seeing what they can do, adding Soto to the mix. And Bell. Bell is hitting 301. Again, I say that because the guy he was a good hitter on the Pirates. Then he went to the Nationals. He was decent. I mean, he's no throw-in like, hey, take this guy too. He's a solid baseball player. Hey, Gunnar, what's up, man? Welcome. We're doing lose team tonight. The Yankees are off, so we're doing the Mets tonight. Sorry for everybody that's in the room that I'm repeating myself, but everybody's a regular in here now, so we got to catch them up. Lou should be on soon. We're just doing the Mets Braves tonight because the Mets only have a 3.5 game lead. This is a 5-game set, 5 games. But don't worry, we're back to the Yankees tomorrow at 8:15. Yankees Cardinals 8:15 tomorrow. So the Mets right now, this is going to be. I mean, this is a make or break series for the Braves. Can you imagine if the Mets swept all 5? The Braves would be 8.5 out. So I don't see a sweep from either team happening, but the Mets got the pitching. The Mets have the pitching. So this is going to be an interesting series. And football's back tonight. Preseason football is back tonight. So like I said, the best thing about that means football's back. I don't know. Can't get into preseason football. I watch it for a little while, and then I'm like, all right, let's get to the real season. And nobody get hurt. Nobody of importance get hurt. Oh, Marte's going to beat that out. Yeah. You guys ever notice, like, the bad players never get hurt? Always the superstars get hurt, and it's always an Achilles or an MCL, fractured shoulder, something that keeps these guys out, 8 to 10 weeks for the season. You ever notice, like, the bad players, they never get hurt. They never get hurt. Only the great, not that I want anybody to get hurt. I'm just saying it's kind of funny how the great players, you never hear about the bad players getting hurt, or they just don't report it. They just don't report it. So it's funny. It's kind of funny, but whatever. We just don't need anybody getting hurt, especially you Buffalo Bills fans. You like my Yankees. You have to win the World Series. I mean, you have to win the Super Bowl like my Yankees have to win the World Series. There's no excuses this year for either of us, either of our teams. There's none. Yeah, we got the stuff now to do the whole way. So how can we possibly lose? Can't. Buffalo can't lose. They can't lose. There's nobody better in the AFC than Buffalo. Not the Chiefs, Nobody. Nobody's better than the Buffalo Bills, man. You guys got it. It's like the Yankees, man. There's no reason to not win the whole thing, even though I'm nervous with the pitching staff. So this will be an interesting football season right off the bat. I'm doing all the Bills live games at night, unless it interferes with a Yankee playoff game. I'll be doing the Bills games at night, so that'll be a lot of fun. If anybody's new in the room, please hit the subscribe button, the bell notice, and the like button. We are fans speaking to fans, working to 1,000 subscribers. More than halfway there. More than halfway there, guys. So if you know people too, tell them to come in. Tell them to come into the chat and subscribe to the channel. You all know this is Fans for Fans. That's all we do here. We are emerging from the depths with the basement mentality. Basement mentality, fighting our way out of the basement. So I'll probably always be doing the shows from the basement, but you guys get it's kind of funny. Yeah. Yeah, preseason is just the best thing, Fierce. Hey, Fierce, the best thing about preseason is that football's back. Nobody get hurt, please. Michael, Jeremy, what's up, man? What's up? Like I was telling them, I should have signs for this now. We're doing the Met game tonight because my co-host Lou is a diehard Met fan, Michael. He's a diehard Met fan. So he'll be on here in a few minutes. He just got off work. So since the Yankees were off, we're like, hey, screw it. We're going to do the Mets. And yeah, bro, come on, man. That's legendary jersey right there, Michael. Jackie Robinson, right? Come on. It's legendary jersey, brother. Yeah, it's a great one, man. Hoyer suffered a hypertension in his shoulder, going to be out the next couple of weeks, should be ready by week 1. Yeah, Gunner, man. See what I mean? It's just should be ready by week 1, but how, how ready they're going to be? Is he going to be injured again? This is what I'm talking about. The Jets always lose somebody huge every year. Not that they have a lot of. Oh, Alonso, Pete Alonso, that's going to bring in a run. Marte's definitely scoring on that. Pete Alonso is a monster for the Mets. That guy is a monster. He hits pressure home runs. He gets big hits when they need him to. That is what you do. And he's a young player, man. The Mets got a great player in Pete Alonso, man. He's a superstar, man. And he hasn't even hit his prime yet. Every time Pete Alonso comes up, just about, it seems like when they need a home run or they need a runner in scoring position to get home, he gets those hits. He gets them. Well, you know what, man? That's great for Gunner, man. That is great for Boyer and Hyde. And, of course, who better to help these guys get their careers started with interceptions than the New York Jets? That's what we do. We throw to the wrong team. We have the worst timing for fumbles. We have untimely interceptions. I just want our quarterback to throw touchdowns to our team this year. Zach Wilson has no excuses. None. We got wide receivers. We got running backs. We got a line. We have a real offensive line. I'm telling you, Zach Wilson's probably going to be on a real short leash this year because Joe Douglas, the GM, has busted. He's lived up to everything he has ever said. He told us Jet fans the last thing we wanted to hear, and he said it. He knew the last thing we wanted to hear when he took over a few years ago. Be patient. I'm going to break this team down. We're going to go through the draft. We're going to build from the inside out, meaning the line out. So when CeeDee Lamb and these other great receivers were in the draft, we could have gotten these guys. He was taking linemen, and people were getting mad. What's good is it to have a great receiver if the quarterback doesn't have any time to throw the ball to him? So, oh my gosh, is that gone? Oh no, that's foul. And now he has the team, and he got Lincoln Tomlinson, great lineman from the Kansas City Chiefs. So, and our defense, watch out. The Jets defense is going to be ridiculous. I just don't want the defense to be on the field the entire game. That's usually what happens. Oh, yeah. Vin Scully, brother, come on, man. That is, I mean, legendary. The word's used so much, it almost doesn't even sound appropriate for him because he's way beyond that. He's way beyond that. And the greatest thing I saw about Vin Scully and that speed, think about these legends that died this week, Bill Russell and Vin Scully. These guys weren't just legendary in their sport. They were for the people, man. These guys were inspirations, absolute inspirations, both of them. And it just, to have two guys like that pass away in the same week, out of this world. And one of the coolest things I saw in Vin Scully is when he told the crowd that he needed them more than they needed him. And that was as genuine as you can get, right? I mean, he was their announcer from 1950 to 2016. He called the only perfect game in the World Series. The Yankees' Don Larson threw a perfect game. He called that game. I think he called about 9 no-hitters anyway. And he called Sandy Koufax's no-hitter in the World Series as well. So this is incredible, man. Wow, R.I.P. to him. Justin, what's up, brother? What's up? Anybody new in the room? We're at commercial now. Hit the subscribe button, the bell notice, and the like button. Keep this channel going live. We're all fans here, BSing with fans. We talk about everything. Also, guys, Saturday, September 3rd, WWE Clash at the Castle. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, but it's going to be a watch party here. This area here, all of this, it's going to be a lot of people here. There's going to be a lot of people here Labor Day weekend. I'm still going to do this, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a huge watch party that night, Saturday, September 3rd, WWE watch party, right on the Johnny Basement channel. You guys got to be here, man. I would love to see every one of you here. Hey, Rick, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in the room, bro. Yeah, and that's what I like, man. Guys like that, very humble, man. When you're a superstar, you can be that humble, man. Again, Bill Russell and Vin Scully in the same week, just a matter of days. Really sad. Losing May was big, Gunner, but we got Jordan Whitehead. Did you know that from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Jordan Whitehead is a heavy, heavy hitter, man. And if Sauce Gardner can live up to what he did in college and DJ Reed at the other corner, for once in a few years, the Jets can actually bring the safeties up. If we can play man coverage, it's going to be even better, man. We can play man coverage. But losing Marcus May was huge. That's what the Jets do. When they actually hit it right in the draft with Jamal Adams, Marcus May, in a few years, they're gone. Keyshawn Johnson, they hit it right with a wide receiver. He was great with the Jets. And when he get too great, it's like, hey, dude, out of here. Don't keep playing great. They sent him gone. Jonathan Vilma. Jonathan Vilma is the one that hurts my heart. Because usually when I get a jersey to wear, it's usually a legendary jersey. Like, it doesn't always have to be my team, like Jackie Robinson. That's just all-time legend. Walter Payton, I got his jersey. Like, I don't normally buy today's players. I do have a CJ Mosley because the guy's a great linebacker. But Jonathan Vilma, I bought that jersey. Dude was never going to leave the Jets in my mind, Jonathan Vilma. I'm like, they would never get rid of Jonathan Vilma. They got rid of him the same year I bought the jersey to bring in bum Vernon. Do you guys remember Vernon Golston? Vernon Golston was, how can I put it? He was supposed to be, they got rid of Vilma to the Saints and let Golston come in because he was going to be better in the system that they were going to use. This guy had 0 sacks, 0 quarterback pressures, 0 interceptions, 0 forced fumbles, and I'm not even kidding. The guy did play. It's not like he didn't play. He did play. And then he went to the Bears, and I'm pretty sure he had zeros across the board and all of that. How are you a linebacker supposed to be a guy under pressure that could bring the pressure and have 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions, 0 quarterback sacks, 0 quarterback pressure, 0 everything? You got rid of Jonathan Vilma for this? And I just bought the jersey. I had just bought the jersey. I still have it, too. I still have it because I refused to get rid of it. I was so angry when they got rid of Vilma. And then to have a bum of bums on top of it, a bum of bums. That's Jets football. Take flight. That's what we do. Boy, see what happens when you guys get me going on my Jets? See what happens? I get all crazy and start tailing way off on other things. It's going, Rick. Yeah, 2 gone in 2 days, man. It's just really sad, man. Really sad. Yeah, man. Jordan Whitehead gonna watch out. Watch out for the Jets D. And Carl Lawson's back. Another big pressure linebacker, man. He's back. He tore his ACL when we first signed him because that's what happens to the Jets. So when we make big signings, we make it for the second year because the first year we got to let them know, hey, even if you've never been hurt in your career, it happens here. Yep. So, yeah, Daniel, they're going to be the most improved. Bills King Mafia in the room. You Bills Mafia fans, and there's a few of you in here. You see Bills King Mafia in the chat? That's Daniel. He has Miller Time Sports Show podcast. I've been on his podcast a couple of times and had an absolute blast. He's a great guy. Listen to his podcast. It's Miller Time Sports Show podcast. He's in the chat right now as Bills King Mafia. He's a really good dude. I'm actually meeting him at MetLife Stadium for Jets Buffalo Bills in I would still call it Giant Stadium. I can't help it, but MetLife Stadium, you know what I mean. So we'll see. It's going to be good. Anyway, anybody new in the room, subscribe, bell notice, hit that like button. We're going for 1,000 subs, 1,000 subs. Because we're all just fans here, guys. We're all just fans to fans. So the Mets are up 1-0 right now. Carrasco's pitching really well. Like I said, I like the Mets. We're doing this for Lou, my co-host, and he's not even on yet. He's not even here yet. I wasn't even planning on coming tonight, but I said, you know what? Lou's a great dude. We've been friends for years. Oh gosh, over 15 years. And said, man, let's do this tonight for his team, man, because they're in a tight race with the Braves. The Mets only have a 3.5 game lead. That's it. That's all they have in a 5-game series. This is huge. The Lions, Gunnar, aren't they like the most head scratching? You know, Jet fans complain a lot. Browns fans complain a lot, right? Think about this, the Super Bowl era, the Lions have one playoff win. That's it. One playoff win in the Super Bowl era. Nobody has it worse than being a diehard Lions fan. Nobody of any team in the NFL has it worse than the Lion fan. One playoff win in the Super Bowl era is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. They really are. I mean, Gunnar, there are a few times they are almost there. They are almost there as the Lions, man. But wow. That's got to be tough, man. That makes me feel great. That makes me feel like my Jets are like win all the time when I think about what a Lions fan goes through. Isn't that insane? But they had the quarterback when they had Stafford. They had Calvin Johnson. That Lions offense was insane. They never won a playoff game. How does that happen? Absolutely crazy. Yeah, you got to be hyped, Fierce. You got to be hyped for if you're a Buffalo Bills fan. Like I said, I'm going to do these games with you guys. You guys, Bills Mafia supports this channel. They really do, and I am so appreciative. I'm going to do Bill. Unless it interferes with a Yankee playoff game, I'm going to be doing the Bills, whatever night game they're on. And I'm going to do another Bills Mafia tailgating thing to set the season off. So I'm going to do a piece one of these days. I'm going to do a piece coming up on the whole Bills Mafia and watch another tailgating extravaganza and go over what you guys have coming up as well because of the support you guys give me. That's my thank you back. Doing a whole video on the Buffalo Bills and all the moves they've made and why they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. The Buffalo Bills are winning the Super Bowl this year. I'm calling it. I believe it. There's no reason outside of tragic injuries. There's no reason you guys shouldn't win the whole thing. Seriously, none. Oh, hey, Mikhailov. First of all, what time is it in Australia? Was I right? Is it 5:30 in the morning there right now? Am I right? Secondly, I'm doing the Yankees. We're back to the Yankees tomorrow night. Yankees are playing the Cardinals. We're back to that tomorrow night. We're back to that Saturday. Sunday, I will not be here, guys, on Sunday. I won't be here Sunday, so there's nothing going on here on the channel. I'm not going to be around all day Sunday, so forget Sunday. Monday, we're back doing Monday Night Raw, WWE. And then the Yankees have the Mariners again. So I'm going to be on. Guys, outside of the day here or there, I'm on every night. I will be here religiously, and we're going to start doing the football games. I'm here now. I finally got this live stream going from help of my family I actually have people that know about technology. I know nothing. I'm surprised I even set this up properly, like to get on here without help. So this is awesome. That's why I appreciate you guys being here with me, man. This is a lot of fun. So you can count on me always being on. Just this Sunday, I will not be here, guys. I will not be here this Sunday. You think about the Yankees, what they got coming up. We lose 2 out of 3 because Big Money Cole couldn't pitch. 6 runs in the first inning. So we got the Cardinals, then the Mariners again, then the Red Sox, then the Jays, then the Rays, or the Rays, then the Jays. Either one, it's going to be rough. And then the Mets. That is our August. That is our August. The Yankees went 14-15 in July. 14-15 in July. Oh, he should be here soon, Lou. 14-15 in July. That's pathetic. I think the Astros went like 20-14. And that's just ridiculous, man. So, and that wasn't as hard a schedule in July as we got now. The Yankees, it's brutal in August. This is brutal. Oh, it's 9 a.m. Man, Mikhailov, I'm way off. I try to not look it up. All right, so it's 7:40 here. It's 9 o'clock there. I'm going to get it right next time, and I refuse to look it up. I refuse to look it up. I'm going to guess it right one of these days just by looking at my watch and thinking about what time it is now. I'm going to get it. Mikhail, if you come on tomorrow night with us, and I'm going to tell you what time it is in Australia, and I'm not going to look at my phone. I'm not looking it up. I got you, brother. Gallo's already hitting 250 in the 1 year. Michael, in the one year that Gallo was here, he hit 151 with 25 homers and 194 strikeouts from last July 30th, around there, till when they trade him, August 2nd. Did they trade him on the 2nd? Who cares? He's gone. And we wanted to get rid of him so badly, that we took a double-A pitcher that can't even pitch in double-A. He's 0-3, and he's got a 5.75 ERA. It might as well be 6. The Yankees are like, whatever, bring him. Just take Gallo. Just take him. Get him out of here. Oh, that guy was horrible. Horrible. That's insane. Can you believe that? So now we got, and Aaron Boone's got to figure out a better batting order than what we had yesterday. There was no way we were coming back down 6-0. No Aaron Judge. Anthony Rizzo batting first. The bottom of our order usually isn't on base, so Rizzo, even if he does it a home run, it's only going to be a solo shot. And the one chance we did have with Rizzo up and runners on base, IKF ran home when the left fielder already had the ball. He was thrown out. He was thrown like the catcher was just sitting on his lawn chair waiting for him to come home. That's how long he had the ball. We would have had 2 on and Rizzo up, but whatever. That game's over. It's gone. It's gone. Let's just move on. Let's just move on from it. I know it, Michaela. This is going to be awesome, man. Like I said, dude, Lou should be on. Lou should be on soon. He literally got off work at 7 o'clock, so he'll be on here shortly. There's no way he's missing this. No way. And who cares? We're having a great time here anyway. So I'm going to guess when you come on tomorrow, I'm going to have that time right. I've been trying for the past week. But anyway, this is going to be a lot of fun coming up. Hockey's coming back. NBA's coming back. Football's back. And the baseball playoffs are coming up. So the dog days of summer is finally getting into the fall. And then the rest of the year is over. I always feel like when 4th of July weekend is over, it's like Labor Day weekend and then Christmas out of nowhere. Football season's the fastest season of the year, right? It's the longest off season. It takes forever to get football back. Forever. And then the football season, it just seems like it's week 1, week 10, playoffs, Super Bowl over. It just seems to go by so fast. And if your team sucks and is out of it in the first week of January, you have to wait like 9 months to see a real game, not just a preseason, a real game that counts. 9 months. I mean, hockey, the Rangers just ended in June. I only have to wait till October to see them again. That's not even like a long wait. Baseball isn't that long. Football is the longest off season, man. It takes forever. It takes forever. Oh, did he just hit? That's gone. All right. Mets up 2-0. Mets up 2-0. Where's my boy Andy? Andy's not in here yet. Andy's a Braves fan. He's not in here yet. He will be, though. He's a huge Braves fan. And like I said, Lou will be in here any minute. Addition by subtraction. That's right, brother. Addition by. Can you imagine? Just the thought of it, we get a guy that pitched in Double-A that can't even pitch in Double-A. He can't even pitch. He has almost a 6 ERA. We did it straight up. Okay, that sounds good to us. Let's go. Just take him. What about the Padres? We were talking about this earlier at the start of the stream. The Padres, man, they're 11 games out of first right now. It's going to be very interesting. Tatis comes back next week. Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, and Josh Bell. They got Josh Bell as well. He's hitting 301. That's not like a throw-in. That's all like, hey, if you take Soto, please take Josh Bell. That's not a Gallows situation. Josh Bell is a very good hitter. He was good with the Pirates, and then he was good with the Nationals. So, like, that's gonna be very interesting to see. Very interesting to see. The they must have been real fierce. Real fierce, Gunner. Yeah, no doubt. Mikhailov. That's funny. I'm seeing what you guys are writing in here. That's great. Oh, the emus. I was rolling on the Jets. I missed all that, man. That's funny. And guys, Mikhailov is just as regular as you guys are. I know you've heard the name. He's learning baseball. If he throws a question in there in the chat and I miss it, answer it for him, please. He's learning, and he's really becoming a student of the game. Mikhailov is becoming a real student of the game here for baseball. Help the guy out when he has some questions, because he really is just learning, and it's awesome. He's great with hockey. He's great with football. He's a Vikings fan, and that's another team that's a weird team, the Vikings. They're like never another one that they're like the Blue Jays. They're never like in first, and they're never in last. You never know what to expect out of them. All right, James McCann is up. He's back. Not that that's exciting for Met fans. He's hitting 183. The Mets don't have any hitting catches either. It's like the Yankees don't have it. No, excuse me. I'll take that back. Trevino can hit. That guy's hitting like 268 now. I'm so used to Gary Sanchez and Higgy not being able to hit. And Higgy hit a 2-run bomb yesterday. Higgy is allowed not to hit. He's there for his great defensive catching skills. That guy is a great defensive catcher. Higgy gets a pass for not being able to hit. We don't get on him for hitting 188. It's okay. We know why he's on the team. Gary Sanchez was a horrendous defensive catcher. We don't know why he was on the team. So Higgy's the only Yankee that gets a pass for not being able to hit. So that's yo, Griggs. What's up, Griggs, man? Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Thank you for showing up, brother. Thank you for showing up. Griggs is in the room, and he's a great, great friend of mine. Real good dude. Wow, Griggs, we're doing the Mets here. My co-host's supposed to be here. We're doing this for him, and he's not even on yet. We're doing this for him. He's not here yet. Not funny? Not funny, but who cares? We got all my regulars. We're all watching the game together anyway. Oh, man, that's awesome. If you're new in the room, hit the subscribe button, the bell notice, and the like button to keep this thing rolling. And again, for those that just came in, Saturday, September 3rd, Labor Day weekend, WWE Clash at the Castle. Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre for the title. It's going to be a watch party here. It's going to be a watch party. All this is going to be, there's just going to be a lot of people here. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very interesting doing it live with a lot of people here. So don't miss that. That's going to be outstanding. Anyway, Yeah, you know it. You know it, man. That's it. You rolling right now? Are you off, Greg? So are you back on the road tomorrow? Yep. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be crazy. I know. Anyway, going back to the baseball right now, the San Diego Padres, that's what we were talking about. That's going to be very interesting because there's not really much baseball races going on right now. There's not too many. There's not too many baseball races going on. The Brewers and the Cardinals is the only other like real tight race. The Guardians are, I think, only a game out of first. They're a game behind the Twins right now, so that's the other one that's close. But the Yankees, the Astros, the Mets are a tight race, but the Dodgers are up by 11 games, but we got to see what happens. We got to see what happens, man. It's really just a matter of the pitching. The Padres definitely have the batting order now. Can you imagine 3 years ago, just 3 years ago, the Nationals had Max Scherzer, Trey Turner, Juan Soto, Anthony Rendon, and Bryce Harper. They were all on the Nationals, and they won the title, and they're all gone. All of them are gone. All of them are gone. Isn't that suck? That is like, if you're a National fan, that sucks. That is insane. Think of all those names that were on the tour, and all of them are great players. All of them are. Trey Turner's on there too. Max Scherzer. They were on the Nationals, all of them 3 years ago. They are all gone. And none of them are on the Yankees. Back in the old days, Steinbrenner would have had Max Scherzer on the Yankees, not the Mets. He would have been on the Yankees. And Garrett Cole would have been in the bullpen. Right, Rick? You want Garrett Cole in the bullpen? That was one of the greatest comments, Rick, that you had yesterday. That was incredible. I remembered that one. But can you imagine putting a 330 or 70 million, whatever the hell he's making, in the bullpen? Oh, man. That would be hilarious. And it's what he deserves. It's what he deserves. That's a hit. That's crazy. Back on the road tomorrow. Okay, cool, man. Yeah. Well, hey, I'll be not on the road. How about that? They all know it's a cross-country trucker. My man Griggs is a cross-country trucker as well, man. He's a great dude, man. It's happy to see him in here, man. Happy to see him in here. Yeah, Rick, that was one of the best comments, man. And when Lou, the other night, if you were on, when Lou told that Cowboys fan that J-Lo has more rings than the Cowboys, that was off the charts too, man. That was freaking great. I love it. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. Fans talking to fans. The Met game's on right now. Like I said, we're doing this for Lou, and he's not here, and we're talking about everything but this. Not that we don't care. They're up 2-0. It's a big race. But, you know, football's back. And who's challenging the Bills right now? Who's challenging the team in the AFC? Who are you guys worried about in the AFC? Like, I, as a Yankee fan, say I'm worried about the Astros. You Bills fans, what team scares you in the AFC? I mean, what team you're like, man, I don't think we can get past this team. Can't be the Chiefs. You really think the Chiefs have it to beat the team again? I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, that was a good one, Rick. Anybody new in the room, hit the subscribe button, the bell notice, and the like button. Trying to get to 1,000 subs, man. We're almost there. More than halfway there. Emerging from the depths with the basement mentality. Using a fighter's mentality. Fighting from the bottom up. Oh, man, bro. Griggs, it's going to be incredible, brother. It's going to be incredible, man. It's gonna be a crazy night doing that WWE live with all that going on. Yeah. Hey, Rick, you were on here when Lou came on. He's a diehard Mets fan. Well, we decided to do the Mets game. It was suggested we should do the Mets game. We decided to do it. And then he's not here. He's late. And this is a huge series. It's a 5-game series. The Mets have a 3.5-game lead. This actually is a really big series. I mean, this can go any different way possible. But the Mets, the thing with the Mets this year that I love that they have, another thing the Mets have the Yankees don't, is a great manager. Buck Showalter. If they still had Mickey Callaway or Luis Rojas running this team, the Mets would have fallen out of first place. They'd be 6 games out of first and probably 3 out of the wild card right now. Buck Showalter actually knows how to manage a game without using analytics, and their team probably doesn't even force him to use analytics. He's got 1,600 wins as a manager. I know he's never won a World Series, but the guy knows how to manage. He knows what players to put in what positioning and when, how to do it, why to do it, and how to keep afloat a team that's missing Jacob deGrom for the entire year until a couple days ago. Max Scherzer was out for 7 weeks. The Braves went on a 14-game winning streak, and the Mets still remained in first. That is a shout-out to the Buck Showalter manager. It's a shout-out to the Mets pitching staff, especially Taijuan Walker, who held the fort down. And Carrasco, Carrasco's a 5th starter. Think about this. Carlos Carrasco is a 5th starter for the Mets. He's 11-4 with a 3.7 ERA. That's the 5th starter for the Mets. The Yankees don't even have that. The Yankees have Domingo Germán, who I don't even know if he's going to be put back in the bullpen now that we got Frankie Montas on the team. He's going to be pitching this weekend against the Cardinals. And it's like, hey, man, you're not on the A's anymore. He was 4-6 on the A's. Forget the record because it's the A's. They don't beat anybody. They don't beat anybody. But he's had a 2.9 ERA since May. That's what's important. 2.9 ERA since May. That's important, especially playing on a garbage team like the Oakland A's. So that is positive. Hopefully this guy can come in here. Forget about Montgomery. Got Harrison Beta back from Montgomery, who's a Gold Glove outfielder. He's not going to be around until September. Do the math here. Yesterday it said Harrison Beta that the Yankees got has been on the 10-day IL since June 27th. June 27th. We're into August, and he won't be back to September, but he's still on the 10-day IL. Couldn't figure out the math on that one, but that technically is what he's on. So, and they put it right on the TV, and they talked about it. He's on the 10-day IL. He should be back soon. So I couldn't figure out the math on that one. 10 days since June 27th, and I mean, I know, I graduated high school like 30-something years ago, and I still haven't been able to figure out the math on that one. Oh, rugby. Yeah, Mikhailov, rugby is a monstrous sport, bro. I know you guys are all talking about something. Rugby is, those guys, don't they always make fun of American football players wearing pads? I've seen, I don't watch a lot of rugby, so I can't sit here and go on and on about it. But what I've seen, like YouTube hard-hitting rugby, these guys murder each other with no pads. I'd be laid out for a year if I got hit like that. These guys kill each other in rugby out there. Mikhailov, man. Mikhailov, have you been to rugby games? Have you been to them? Have you actually been to a rugby game? Because that would be, I would imagine you would have, right? That's got to be crazy watching those guys. Those guys are psychos. No fear. Yeah, you guys got the Pacific Hockey League. Yep, we did a review on that. You like the Avalanche, the Adelaide Avalanche, right? That's your team in the Pacific Hockey League in Australia. There's a couple of good players on there when I watched it. You recommended it. Remember we did the video on it. That was actually pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I would love to go to yeah, rugby's insane, man. Rugby's insane. Rick, we got the Jets coming up, brother. We got the Jets. The Jets are back. Are you as cautiously optimistic as I am? We don't know what to expect. We don't know. Just finish ahead of the Patriots. Finish in third, 7-9 wins ahead of the Patriots. That's good enough. Do more than that, it's a win. It's a win-win. They win 3-4 games, Zach and Robert Sell will be gone. They can't win 3 or 4 games. They can't. They can't. But yeah, we have a lot going on. Absolute lot going on here this year, and I'm thankful, man, because the dog days of summer. The thing about baseball is it's so long, right? The season is so long that the middle of the summer, we already know, for the most part, we already know who's in the playoffs, and we just talk about that till football comes back. Then the playoffs start in the middle of July. We know at least 6 of the teams already that are definitely going to the playoffs, and you just wonder if they're going to win in there or not. That's why it's the dog days. The NBA playoffs and the hockey playoffs are over. It's just dead in the middle of July. Most analysts on TV take off, and we're on here watching games and talking about, playoffs. Just like I said, there's only a couple races right now. Carrasco's throwing a one hitter, and in the bottom, it's into the third inning, and the Mets are up 2-0. Mets are up 2-0 right now, and this is a huge. I'm telling you, the Braves fans. Oh, I see it. They talk a lot of crap how they're going to just beat up on the Mets. The Mets are not a pushover team. They're not pushovers. They could probably use a few extra bats here and there. I really thought they should have gotten JD Martinez. I really thought they were going to get Martinez. And on the Cubs, how was Wilson Contreras and Ian Happ not moved? I couldn't believe those guys weren't moved. The Contreras was another one I thought they were going to bring to the Mets. And the Boston too. They would have lost fans had they traded Rafael Devers. They would have lost fans. They would have lost fans. There's a lot of fans I know of the Red Sox. We have some in the family. They're just trying to get over the Mookie Betts thing. Forget about it. They traded Devers. Just forget about it. That'd been insane. I didn't say playoffs, Rick. I didn't say. I'm not that optimistic yet, man. Baby steps here. Baby steps. I said 7 to 9 wins, finish ahead of the Patriots, and play competitive. That's all I want. That's all I want. If they want to make the playoffs, I'll take it. But I'm not predicting it. I'm not predicting it. I'm predicting 7 to 9 wins, and I'm predicting they finish ahead of the Patriots in third place. That's what I'm predicting for the Jets this year. They want to do better than that, Rick. That's it. I'll never predict them going to the playoffs, man. I can't even fathom that. Can't even fathom it. That's funny. Absolutely funny. It's all up to Zach. Do you know what's funny though? Zach Wilson. If we had and I'm not, when I say if we had a real quarterback, I just mean established. The jury's still out on Zach, obviously. Still out. But if we had an established quarterback, do you know what the Jets really would be with all these receivers and running backs in the offensive line we have? If we had an established quarterback, then we could talk about playoffs. If Zach wants to become that guy, great. But he's going to be on a short. If he can't do it now, he's going to be gone. And then we're going to have our next generational quarterback, right? Our next future guy next year. How many future? The last great quarterback the Jets drafted, the last really solid quarterback they drafted was Chad Pennington. Mark Sanchez did finish 34-30 in his Jets career. He did finish with a winning record, but we didn't really have that vibe. It's like Jameson Taillon having 10 wins for the Yankees as a pitcher. We don't have that 10-win vibe. Like Sanchez he had a great team around him. He had Thomas Jones at running back. He had a great line. Defense was great. Come on, man. They had Darrelle Revis and Antonio Cromartie as your corners. So the 34-30, Sanchez wasn't the worst, but he certainly wasn't a guy that we can sit here and say, hey, man, that was a great draft pick. Then we had Geno Smith after that and so on. Then Sam Darnold, just was on a really bad Jets team. It was really bad. But he went to the Panthers. I thought he was going to do better than that, and he didn't. So you can't figure this stuff out. But Chad Pennington was our last real guy we got. To me, that was the last real guy we drafted. And, of course, he gets hurt. Of course he does. Then let him go to the Dolphins, and he goes and wins the division with the Dolphins. This is Jets football, man. Take flight. Take flight. That's what we do. You got to take the good with the bad, but it's time. It's time. It's time. It's hard being a Jets and a Knicks fan. That's really hard to do. And they should be on their way back. Jets and Knicks is really hard. And the Rangers were hard for a little while these past few years because they were rebuilding, but they rebuilt a team that came within 2 games of the Stanley Cup. I didn't see that coming. The Yankees are playing on top. So at least 2 out of the 4 of the teams I have are great. 2 out of the 4. The Knicks are the Knicks are actually worse than the Jets over the last 20. Since 2000, the Knicks are worse than the Jets to this day. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. To be worse than the Jets is hard to do, and the Knicks pulled that off. But now they look like they have a team that's starting to come back. They look like it. But since Jeff Van Gundy left in 2001, the Knicks have had more coaches, more losses, spent more money, and have not been have not won as many playoff series than any other team in the NBA. In all of those categories, all of them. Any other team in the NBA. That is insane. That's insane, and it's true. To go from the '90s era of the Knicks, where they made the playoffs every year, made the finals twice, and made the conference final 3 times. They made the finals twice. Maybe they didn't win any, but they were a blood and guts team, the '90s Knicks. And then right after that, they've done nothing. Nothing. The worst team in the NBA in all those categories I just mentioned. That is really hard to do. And you're worse than the Jets, and even worse than the Mets, because the Mets were a dumpster fire for a long time as well. During that same 21-year span, the Mets at least made a World Series, and the Jets made 2 championship games, and the Knicks were worse than both of them. Worse owner than both of them. The Wilpons were the coupons, right? They always took the deal. They were the coupons, not the Wilpons. And Woody Johnson and the Jets are terrible, and James Dolan topped both of them as being worst owner. It's hard to do. And for y'all that don't know, James Dolan is also the owner of the New York Rangers. He just doesn't put his hand on them as much as he does with the Knicks. It's really weird. He should just let the people run the team. I don't. All right, we're done with that. Done with that. Oh my gosh, a Bears fan. Yeah, Briggs. But the Bears have my favorite player of all time. They have Walter Payton. That is the greatest running back of all time. That's my favorite running back. The Bears had that, and I know you guys got to go back to '85. At least you don't have to go back as long as I do, all the way back to the Joe Namath era. That's where I have to go back to find anything. Winning wise, I'm talking about winning a Super Bowl. We have won, and I wasn't even alive for it. I've seen 4 AFC championship games, all losses. But yeah, the Bears and the Jets is rough. Griggs, Bears and the Jets is rough, brother. It's rough. You guys got Justin Fields. We got Zach. We don't know what these guys are going to do. But at least the Jets, we built the team around it. The Bears haven't really built the team around Fields, so I don't know what you guys are going to do this year. It's really rough, man. But then the quarterbacks get all the blame. They get all the blame. If you have no ability to throw to, what the hell are you supposed to do? You can't go wrong with sweetness. You're right. You can't. Walter Payton got his jersey, man. He's amazing, absolutely amazing running back. I'm glad I got the era I was in. I'm glad I got to see the people I got to see. Even growing up as a Jets fan, seeing the Giants, because we didn't have cable back then. My father was always one step behind. He was one that took deals. Like when everybody had a VCR, we had the beta. When everybody moved to DVD, we moved to the VCR. So we've always been technology a step behind. That's the way it was. And you weren't allowed to watch TV anyway. I was the remote control growing up, and he was a Giants fan. We watched the Giants. But I got to see Lawrence Taylor. You don't see players like that very often, if at all. If at all. If at all. I'm glad I got to see the players that I got to see growing up. Joe Montana. I mean, these guys are generational players, man. And there's a bunch of them nowadays, too. There's a bunch. Oh, Alonso knocked it out. We just spoke about Pete Alonso. This guy murders the ball. It's 4-0 Mets. Pete Alonso knocked the first run in with the guy, runner on second base. Pete Alonso knocks him in, makes it 1-0. Then it goes 2-0, and now he hits a 2-run home run. These are all precious situations in a precious series versus the Braves. Pete Alonso comes through every time. I told you all I do like the Mets, and that guy there, Pete Alonso, he's not even he hasn't even hit his prime yet. He hasn't even hit his prime yet. What a find they had in Pete Alonso, man. This guy is something else, man. He's going to be an all-star for years and years. The Braves are getting waxed right now. It's 4-0. Carrasco's pitching a great game right now. The Braves, can you imagine if they lose all 5 games this weekend? They'll be 8.5 games out. That's like done. Done. And the Mets, like I said, the Mets have the pitching. I think Scherzer is going tomorrow. They're not going to beat that. Scherzer hardly ever loses. Wow. Andy, you're in the room. Andy, your Braves aren't looking too good right now. You're not looking too good right now, Andy. But, it's still early in the game. But Pete Alonso's Pete Alonso is responsible for 3 of the 4 runs that the Mets have. He's responsible for 3. So it's a 5-game series, and you guys, your Braves got to win a couple or it's going to be bad. You can't lose all 5. You can't. Anybody else new in the room? Subscribe, bell notice, like button. Shooting our way to 1,000 subs. This is just a channel. This channel is for everybody. Johnny Basement, this channel is for everybody. We're all just fans BS, and that's what this is. Oh, no, Vogelbach just hit one, too. Back-to-back homers. Back-to-back. It's 5-0. They call Vogelbach T-Rex. That guy's humongous. The bat looks like a little stick in his hands. Looks like a stick. Wow, man. 5-0, bottom of the 3rd. Andy, man, I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, it's a rare 5-game series, Rick. This is absolutely incredible. Let's do a Lou's game. Where is Lou? I'm texting him right now. $5-0. Man, this team's – hey, how great would a Subway Series be? Mets, Yankees, how great would that be? No matter how many rings the Yankees have, if the Mets beat the Yankees in the World Series, those rings are out the window. And I'm a Yankee fan. Those rings are out the window. They're out the window. I mean, you're bragging rights like, well, actually, we'd be 1-1 in World Series versus each other. Remember when the Yankees and the Brooklyn Dodgers met like every year in the World Series for a long time? That would be a crazy World Series. He's probably watching it. He got off work. Rick, he got off work at 7 o'clock exactly. So get home, get yourself together. I'm sure he has it on. While he's getting himself together, man. But he got off work at 7, so I don't know. I just text him. You'll get used to him. He pops in when he pops in, but he's not – I guarantee you he's not missing it. He's definitely not missing it. Definitely not missing it. But like I said, we're back to Yankees-Cardinals tomorrow night, brother. 8:15, Yankees-Cardinals right here, 8:15. And I'm checking that because Seattle – I just told everybody, hey, we'll be back here Wednesday night for Seattle Yankees at 7, and it was at 1. I mean, it was at 1. I was out mowing the lawn and pulling endless amount of weeds out of the yard, and then I'm like, oh, my gosh, the game's at 1? So I started on – when I started on, Cole was already giving up, free balls to the fans in the stands, man. It was already 3-0 by the time I had turned it on. But at least I saw the other 2 bombs that he gave up. So it was like, man, do I even want to go on? That was so last second. I was in the yard all morning. I had no idea they were on at 1. So let's check that. Oh, Andy, yeah, this is real painful for you, brother. I know. Andy, dude, your team has been right on the Mets' tails basically since the 14-game winning streak. No DeGrom, Scherzer out for 7 weeks. The Braves are right there, and they get within 2, and fall back to 3, and 2. Now they're at 3.5 out, and it looks like they're going to be 4.5 out after this game. They are getting smacked around right now. And Andy, I hate to tell you, Carlos Carrasco is the 5th starter for the Mets. He's 11-4 with a 3.7 ERA. It's right back to Scherzer tomorrow. It's going to go back to Scherzer and then bats. So you're going to get the top of the Mets pitching order tomorrow. Real aces are on the Mets, not the Yankees. Think about that. They have DeGrom and then Scherzer. When you get in the playoffs and those are your first 2 pitchers, good luck to the other team. Good luck. DeGrom, then Scherzer, then Chris Bassett, Taijuan Walker, and Carlos Carrasco. Your 5th starter is 11-4 with a 3.7 ERA. That is nuts. Do the Yankees have that? Not even close. Not even close. Yeah, Rick, that threw me off, bro. I said with confidence, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, I said it with confidence. That's why I'm checking Saturday's game right now. We're 8:15 tomorrow night, and I'm checking Saturday's games right now. Oh, Lou just texts back. He's coming on. He's coming on. He's coming on. I was gonna say, man, dude, we're doing this for you. Where are you, man? We're doing this for you. Even though I like the Mets, it's just like, he knows I do Yankee. We're always doing Yankee games where, the Mets are never gonna come on when the Yankees are on, because we're Yankees. We're sports stream. We're sports. You guys know that. But the Yankees are on. We're not watching the Mets. But, days off, we're going to do it. And he's not here. Well, like I said, I'm breaking balls. He got off work, Hey, Dean, welcome to the room, brother. Subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button, sir. Thank you. Welcome to the room. We're all in here with just a big fan channel. That's what this channel is. It's for everybody, man. And the Mets, yes, they are killing it. They're killing it right now. You're in the room with a lot of Yankee fans, but my co-host is a diehard Mets fan. Since the Mets are on and the Yankees are off, we're doing the Mets tonight. And I do like the Mets, Dean. I do like them. Yeah, Vogelbach's been incredible. He's been walking a lot. He's been hitting home runs. Because when they first got Vogelbach, I saw his batting average, and I'm like, all right, well, the guy could play first. He's not hitting that much better than Dom or J.D. Davis, who I know is gone now, but at the time, I'm like, these other Dom Smith and J.D. Davis can play multiple positions. So I'm like, why would they bring in this guy and give up a pitching prospect, which you never know what that'll turn into? This guy's been playing way better for the Mets than I ever anticipated, man. Vogelbach has been playing way better than I ever anticipated at all. But, and now J.D. Davis is gone. And they brought in Darren Ruff. They say Darren Ruff is going to be, they're going to platoon Vogelbach and Ruff. When Ruff has 11 home runs on the season, but 9 of them are off lefties. So they're going to play him against lefties, DH, and they're going to play Vogelbach against righties, who's hit 12 home runs off righties this year. So that's the word. They're going to be flip-flopping these guys depending on lefty or righty pitching. And that's what I got on that. So, yeah, it's crazy. This is, Andy, are you still in the room, or are you like stomping around your house right now? Your team we get it. I saw the Yankees get crushed yesterday, so I get it if you are, man. 5-0. It's 2 outs. Carrasco is just mowing them down. He's only thrown 46 pitches and through 4 innings, through 3.2, because now if he gets his third out, it'll be full 4 innings, and he's pitching. The guy has a low amount of pitches. Wow. They're showing Vogelbach, and in 422 games, he has a 750 OPS, 23 homers, and they just moved. They just took it off. I missed the RBIs. But anyway, it looked damn good. I wonder if they're going to keep him for next year, or is he only going to be a half-season rental? As a Met fan, as you guys being, Dean, you being a Met fan, and Lou, I thought you guys were going to get J.D. Martinez. I really thought that's the move you guys are going to make. But this guy's been doing it so far. He's been doing it. It's I wish the Yankees had the Mets pitching staff. How is that not a strike? What? How is that not a strike? You're right in the lower corner. He painted the black on that one. How is that not a strike? Wow. No, Andy, don't give up. Andy, you said, screw it. That's what you said? Andy, Rick, and I, and a few other Yankee fans, we went through this yesterday with Garrett Cole. 6-0 right away. So I feel your pain, brother. The Yankees have been playing like trash. The Yankees were 14-15 in the month of July. 14-15. So I feel your pain, brother. This is not a good game for you guys right now. And the way Carrasco's pitching, I don't know, man. The Mets batting order is just insane, too. Pete Alonso, Vogelbach now, Starling Marte. Starling Marte is a monster for the Mets. How in the world the Marlins and the A's? These are guys they had. The Mets have Marte, Canna, and Chris Bassett, the pitcher. These guys all played for the A's. I know Marte went to the Marlins and then the Mets. But that's the point. These are teams that had these players. They can't afford to keep these guys. The A's are getting rid of anybody. Yeah. That's true, Dean. That's the problem. The Mets have the same thing my Yankees have. It's the same thing. The bullpen. Once Chad Green and Michael King got hurt for the Yankees, that was it. And it was a real problem. And they're trying to fill that slot. And I know the Mets bullpen, up until Diaz is lights out. Diaz is lights out, man. Absolute lights out. That guy, he's the best closer in the game right now. And I mean, it's not even close. When he comes in, it's over. Anybody new in the room, please hit the subscribe button, the bell notice, and the like button. It's going to commercial. Dean, you'll love it when Lou comes in here. My co-host Lou Talks. He is a diehard Mets fan, loves them 100. He grew up in the Bronx. Lou grew up in the Bronx, and he's a Mets fan. He must have been real popular in the Bronx, and he's a Met fan. So you're gonna like him, though, man. He is Mets all day. I like the Mets. I grew up in a Mets household, but I didn't grow up in the Bronx. I grew up on Long Island. The only thing I can match with that is I grew up right near Nassau Coliseum for the Islanders, and I'm a Ranger fan. So everybody on Long Island was like an Islander fan. I was a Ranger fan. Me and just a few others. But and when I grew up, the Islanders were the team. They were in all the Stanley Cups. They won 4 out of 5. They were just amazing, amazing squad to watch. It was like a pocket of time. And then they went out, Rick, right? In the same draft, Rick. You got your boy, Rick DiPietro, right? We got some guy named Henrik Lundqvist in the 7th round. 7th round. And that's right, you're a Cowboys fan too. How come the Cowboys they have great seasons and then they do nothing in the playoffs? They haven't been to the Cowboys have not been to an NFC championship game since Troy Aikman was playing for them. They haven't been to an NFC championship. They haven't been to the championship game since Troy Aikman. And they've had some great teams over the course of time with Romo. And they couldn't make it. That's a long time to not. Even the Jets made the AFC championship game with Mark Sanchez. The Cowboys have not been there. That's a long. Think about that. That's Troy Aikman's a long time ago. It's 90s. They haven't been to an NFC championship game. I think they've only won 2 playoff games, 2 or 3. The Cowboys since then. That's like as bad as my New York Knicks are, man. That's really bad. It's really bad. It's really hard to do. But your guys always have a great team during the season. Every season, they look like they're going to be really good. Then they get to the playoffs and like weird things happen to them. Hey, Mikhailov, pop back in. Lou just texted me, brother. He's coming on. He really is. He's coming on. Lou just texted me. He's coming on. So, yeah, pop back in, Mikhailov. You just missed him. You'll see him, though. We'll be on. This game is only the bottom of the 4th inning. Enjoy work, brother. Hell yeah, Dean. Hell yeah, Dean. The Rangers, brother. The Rangers, bro. That's what's up. Watch out for the New York Rangers. That's a whole nother talk show. Rick, yep, you're right. Going from Lundqvist to Shesterkin. Igor Shesterkin, 2.07 ERA. GAA. Insane. That's like the 3rd greatest of all time. Vezina Trophy winner. That is lucky. The only thing that sucked for Lundqvist is that he didn't get a ring. Henrik Lundqvist is the Dan Marino of hockey. Greatest goalie of his era. All the records, money in Game 7s, no ring. That Stanley Cup against the Los Angeles Kings, man, we're rolling from sport to sport. My brain is trying to keep up with my mouth. So the Rangers, I mean, he had double the saves than Jonathan Quick in damn near every game. And we lost in 5, but there was so many overtime and double overtime games. Lundqvist can't score. He can't score. I mean, when you're facing 40, 50 shots in games, I mean, eventually 1 or 2 is going to go in. It's like Shesterkin in the opening round against the Pittsburgh Penguins in Game 1. He had 79 saves and we lost. How do you lose with a guy with 79 saves in a freaking game? 79 saves and you lose? That's insulting. I know eventually we won the series, but my goodness, man. The Rangers didn't have guys that could score, man, for Lundqvist, and that's what really sucks for him, man. He was the Dan Marino of hockey, man. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's the greatest goalie the Rangers have ever had. Yes, I like Mike Richter. I know he's got the ring. I know he's a Hall of Famer himself, but Lundqvist, I would take over Mike Richter and not think twice about it. It just sucks that he had. The Rangers wouldn't even been in the playoffs in the 2000s without Lundqvist. They wouldn't even have made the playoffs with the teams that they had. Because of him, they made playoffs. And Dean, yeah, Trocheck, Dean. Vincent Trocheck, let me tell you something about him. Now we're getting on the Rangers for a minute, and I love it. Vincent Trocheck was a monster signing, and people, I know Ranger fans that are really upset about the 7-year deal and the age he's going to be at and the back end of the contract. We didn't get Trocheck for years 5, 6, and 7. We got him for right now for years 1 and 2. We'll worry about that down the road. Vincent Trocheck came to the Rangers because we are ready to win right now. The first part of his contract is what matters, year 1 and 2. We'll worry about 5, 6, and 7 when we get there. But Shesterkin and this team now, Keandre Miller is another great point. When they talk about the kid line of Lafreniere, Hedel, and Capo Caco, they are incredible young players. Don't forget that Adam Fox is only 23 and Keandre Miller is 22. We got a ton of great young players, and Shesterkin is 26. Trocheck is here to win now. Panarin, Zibanejad, and Kreider are all still in their prime. We are primed to win right now. So the fans that are upset about the guy getting a 7-year deal, forget year 5, 6, and 7. This is about right now, year 1 and 2 of his contract. We're winning it. We're winning it. We're not going to allow another great goalie to come to our team and not win a freaking cup. That isn't going to happen this time. Yes, 100%. Gonna. Yep, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, Gunnar. The Buffalo Sabres are doing the same thing the New York Rangers did. They're rebuilding the team, and thankfully you guys got a goalie now. Listen, Eric Comrie that you just got. Craig Anderson is old and out of here. Just forget Craig Anderson, and getting these older veteran goalies is just not going to happen. Eric Comrie is coming over. Now, I'm not comparing him to Dominic Hasek. I'm comparing him to the situation for the Buffalo Sabres. Okay. Dominic Hasek on the Chicago Blackhawks was not even a starter. He had like maybe 25 games under his belt. All right. He went from second string to third string for the backup on the Blackhawks. He comes to the Sabres and he becomes the greatest goalie in your entire history. I know Ryan Miller was very good. Ryan Miller is not even the same league as Dominic Hasek. Eric Comrie backed up Hellebuck on the Winnipeg Jets. He's going to be something special, man. The Jets, by the way, the Winnipeg Jets and the Calgary Flames are the only 2 teams this season that played with the traditional starter and backup at goalie. Everybody else used 3 or 4 goalies this season. The NHL saw over 100 goalies at different times throughout the season. Over 100. What does that tell you about the goaltending nowadays? Only the Flames and the Winnipeg Jets, only those 2 teams played traditional starter and backup the entire season. And you guys got Comrie, and he's going to be really good for you guys. Owen Power is another great defenseman that's going to be good for you guys too. You guys are going to have 2 great young defensemen. Sabres are going to be fine. They're rebuilding like the Rangers did. They're going to be more competitive this year, and then eventually they're going to be in the same spot as the Rangers, man. I'm very happy you guys got a younger goalie. Forget these older veterans. The Rangers just signed Yaroslav Halak, who's an outstanding veteran. He's going to be the backup to Shesterkin right now. But he knows his position. Alexander Georgiev, who just went to the Colorado Avalanche, he was a young kid that could start for almost anybody. He's a great young starter that's going to be backup to Shesterkin. He's young, man. He doesn't want to be a backup the rest of his career. So the Rangers got out and got a real veteran that knows his position and his place where he's at in the league right now. Halak is a great backup, and he knows that's what he's going to be. So I'm very happy where we're at. The Buffalo Sabres are going to be fine. They're going to be fine. I promise you. Whew, we went on off hockey for like 5-10 minutes there. That was great. I'm pumped up about the Rangers coming back. Man, I can't wait. Yeah, I mean, Anderson, there's no reason. I mean, you can keep him as the backup, but just to have him as the starter and these older goalies, he could stick around as a mentor for him. Absolutely. Cromrie only has about, I'm guessing, man, but I think it's about 16 or 17 starts last year behind Hellebuck on the Jets. So he's going to be solid, man. That's what you need. And like I said, that's the way Hasek came in. And I am a guy that can't stand comparing someone that's not even in the same league as a legend. Like when Jet fans say, hey, man, we got another Darrell Revis. We got Sauce Gardner. It's like, oh, slow down. We haven't even played a game yet. I hope he's the next Revis, but, you know, we live in an era now where these rookies have to be a legend if they come in with a great status out of college or they come over from another team without a lot of starts. Let's just hope they get there, but it looks like they're on their way. I mean, they have the tools to do it. I just don't like making them a legend just yet. That's all. Let's see what they can do first. That's how I feel about that. But yeah, you guys are going to be good, Gunnar. Don't even sweat it. Don't even sweat that, bro. Man, this is going to be an incredible time. Incredible time. All the sports are coming back. You guys got to be pumped. You got to be pumped up, man. All the real seasons are coming back, and the World Series playoffs are going to be starting soon. They're going to be starting soon. Most of these races are over. Football's back. What I love about football is every game means something, and I'm glad they have 17-game seasons, and that they took away one of the preseason games because someone always gets hurt in the preseason for everybody. I hate preseason football. Plus, the games are extremely boring. The games are boring. They're awful. I'm sorry. I know guys trying out and trying to make the team that is boring. They're boring. I've been a diehard NFL fan forever, and I just can't get into the preseason. I never could. And that goes for any sport. That goes for any sport. I can't get into preseason hockey or baseball or basketball. I can't watch preseason games. The games have to count for me to get pumped up about them. And when rookies play against rookies or our third-string quarterback is playing against, you know, the second and third string guys on the other team, you know what? That's all nice and good. But, you know, I want to see what he does in real action if we ever need to rely on him. I get the purpose for it. I just find it boring. I do. I'll never be convinced otherwise. So that's where I stand on that. But sure as hell, I'm happy that football's back. And we're getting back into our teams and our seasons. So Carrasco's thrown I love when they show how much he's thrown. You got to do the math. So you got 30, 13's 43, 43 and 11 is 54. So he's thrown 54 pitches. Oh, I was off by 2, 56. I mean, I'm not here to do math, but I was damn close off the top of my head. Damn close. So, yeah, we're going to get pumped up about all this. I'm going to be live streaming all the time. I'm going to be on here all the time. And Lou's like a mythical, he's like a myth, right? You see him once in a while. You had to see him. He's like, oh, hey, I actually saw him at one time. And other people are like, I don't believe it. I've never seen him. We love breaking each other's balls. That's the way it is on here. But I tell you what, Lou is like a mythical figure for people that haven't seen him. They hear about him all the time, and he never comes on. He'll be on here soon. Oh, you missed it. Oh, he totally missed it. All right, Braves got one on top of the 5th. Oh, he took a good dive for it, man. He just missed it. That's all. I like the effort, but I don't think the Mets have too much to worry about tonight. Yes, that's it. That's right, Rick. That's my TED Talk on the preseason. I think you guys all know where I stand on preseason football and the others, but that was good, man. I like that. That's my TED Talk. Gunner. Best example of betting too much on a rookie was the Ricky Williams. Yeah, best example of betting too much on a rookie. That's a great point, Gunner. Ricky Williams. They traded away their entire draft for Ricky Williams, the Saints, right? That was the end of Mike Ditka. That was the end. He thought he was getting the next Walt. He thought he was getting another Walter Payton type. How many people are Walter Payton? That is a tall order for somebody. And then you put the pressure on the kid by trading away just about your entire draft. Talk about putting pressure on a guy coming out of college, man, from a coach that coached Walter Payton. And he thought he had a similar running back. Yo, guys like that don't come around every day. Did you ever see Bill Belichick a couple of years ago when he was asked to talk about, legendary players? You ever see his interview when the Bears were playing, they were coming up to play the Patriots, and they're talking about Khalil Mack. And Bill Belichick was, gave him all the praise and everything the guy can do, and you have to count for him. He's a great rusher, stirs up the offense. You definitely all that. And I think, one of the media guys asked him, it reminds me of a young Lawrence Taylor. He was like, oh, yeah, no way. No one's Lawrence Taylor, man. No one. That's what he said. And they're like, yeah, well, he said, all the great players that he has coached. You can YouTube it. You'll see it. He said, you're talking about Lawrence Taylor, Khalil Mack, and he said he doesn't put anybody in that category. Lawrence Taylor was a monster. He changed the game. You couldn't even double team him. You ran guys away from him. You do a run and play with the back running away from his side, and he still caught them behind the line. That guy was out of this world. So putting Ricky Williams up in a Walter Payton category and then trading the draft for him. And Ricky Williams wasn't even bad. He wasn't a bad running back. I mean, he was a solid running back. He was solid with Miami too, but he was just into other things. It wasn't like he was bad, but man, that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. That's why I don't believe in telling Sauce Gardner you're the next Darrelle Revis for the Jets. Darrelle Revis is a top 3 cover corner the game has ever seen. He shut down everybody in his era, and he covered man. He did man. That Richard Sherman, Darrelle Revis stuff is ridiculous. Richard Sherman did not cover man coverage on the greatest receiver in every single game on every play. Revis did. He played in the zone defense. He played in situational defenses. He didn't cover man coverage. So that is just a dumb argument. I don't know why Sherman always compared himself to Darrelle Revis. It's not even close. Oh, man. Yeah, they did nothing with those picks. Nothing. Imagine getting all those picks. Well, the Jets do that stuff. The Jets get tons of picks and do nothing. Rex Ryan and John Idzig was our GM at the time, and we got D. Milner from Alabama. We got all these great. He drafted 19 players, and none of them are in the NFL right now. That's just like 8-9 years ago. Not one that I know of. But there's like not one. John Idzig is had all these draft picks, and not one is in the NFL. Not one. Most of them didn't even play for another team. Remember D. Milner? He was the other great cornerback that was going to come to the Jets. He was going to be the next Cromartie and Revis and all. And he was great in Alabama. He was great. He was garbage on the Jets. He was garbage. I mean, garbage. He didn't even play for another team. Can you imagine that? You had top cover corner in college, especially for Alabama, and you don't play for another team? You don't play for another team. This is what the Jets do, man. So when you have a lot of draft picks, it's what they do. So, yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yep. Well, we're up 5-0. Anybody new in the room, you already know the sentence, man. Subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button. Working toward 1,000 subs. What we're doing. Emerging from the depths of the basement with a basement mentality. Basement mentality. And that's what the Jets are going to do this year. They're going to have a basement mentality, be a fighter, fight from the bottom up, and get those wins. That's what we're going to do. We better. We'll be back with the Yankees and Cardinals tomorrow night. I believe Nestor Cortez is pitching tomorrow night. That's as great as we're going to get. Nestor Cortez is our most solid, reliable pitcher on the Yankees. It's not even close. I'm not going to get into it, Rick. You already know the person. We can't. We've beaten Cole to death. He gives us every reason to beat him to death. It's absolutely disgusting. It is. Cortez is our guy, and we need to win 2 out of 3 in this series. We need to win 2 out of 3 versus Cardinals, 2 out of 3 versus the Mariners. We got to sweep the Red Sox. They're in last place or close to last. That's another team that I know records go out the windows, but the guys, they really have no pitching. It's 5-1. It's 5-1 now. Carrasco has 69 pitches. It's top of the fifth, and Atlanta has finally gotten on the board. So it's 5-1. There's 2 outs, but I don't really think that it's kind of like a run like the Yankees got yesterday. It just kind of happened. You know, they moved the runner around the bases, but you don't really feel that comeback vibe right now. But if they can get to the bullpen, the Mets bullpen is not very good. It's shaky at best until you get the Diaz. You get the Diaz, it's over. It's over. So the Mets got to get through the 8th inning at least, and then bring in Diaz and lights out if he's needed, if it's a safe situation. It's not even close, Rick. Like Nasty Nesta is our guy. That's our guy. And it's not even close. If we need one win, you got to put, I don't even care if Cole's warmed up and ready and had days and days off. You're putting Cortez out there. I would rather have Cortez out there on 3 days rest than Cole on 5 days rest. I'm not even joking. Dude, Edwin Diaz for the Mets. The times I've watched him this season, that guy is ridiculous, man. He's not only got a nasty 102-mile fastball that has movement, his slider is disgusting. So when he's hitting 100 to 102 in that area and then breaks in with an 89-mile-an-hour slider that just comes and then just zips. That guy he's so much fun to watch pitch when he comes out for the Mets. And it game over. I mean, oh no, is that gone? Is that gone? That is gone. It's 5-3 now, Mets. Carrasco's starting to fall apart. Andy, are you still in the room? Your team's coming back. Your team is coming back, man. It's 5-3. Wow, this is all with 2 outs. Oh, does this sound familiar, Rick? A pitcher blowing a game with a lead with 2 outs. This sounds familiar. When did that happen? But Carrasco isn't him. You know, Carrasco's a 5th starter, and he's 11-4. Wow, he hit that dead center at Citi Field, man. That went way beyond the apple. Oh no, it landed in the apple. It landed in the Mets apple that comes up and the Mets hit a home run. It landed right in there. And they're not going to raise the apple for that. It landed right in there. I think it hit the apple. Wow, that is a shot. That is a shot. That was Acuna. That was Ronald Acuna, man. Another great player, man. Look at Carrasco. Oh, man. Oh, we got a game again. Got a game again. Yep. It's starting to come back. Like I just said, Rick, this looks very familiar, man. A pitcher on the mound with 2 outs starting to blow the game. But it's not the Royals. He's blowing it against a really good team. So, but they still have a lead right now. They're going to have to go to their bullpen, and the Mets bullpen is shaky at best. So we're going to see what happens from there. But again, the Mets, like I said, Pete Alonso, Starling, Marte, they have guys that come through in the clutch. Lindor, these guys are great. Lindor should have made the All-Star game this year. I don't know how he didn't. He's on an incredible pace this year as well. So the inning just ended. The Mets are up 5-3, and the Braves now have 4 hits. A lot of them coming in this inning. I mean, Carrasco was pitching great up until 2 outs. And he gave up. There was a man on third with 2 outs, but he gave up a single there, and then he gave up a 2-run bomb. That Acuna just smacked the hell out of that. Dead center into the black, into the apple. Wow. Oh, we got a game here. Hey!
We got a game, Johnny. We got a game.
Oh, hey, Lou. Thanks for showing up, man. Wow. We're doing this for you. And everybody's like, where's Lou?
Sorry. Tell him I got responsibilities first.
Mikhailov was asking for it. He said he'll be back. He went to work. He's like, where's Lou? This is like, we're all talking about, like, Lou's a mythical character, man. We speak about him, but you're lucky if you saw him. People can claim to have seen Lou, but he's a mythical character to other people because he's like, who is this Lou?
This unicorn that you got. What is this unicorn you speak of?
That we speak of? Lou. Like tonight, we're doing the Yankees Cardinals tomorrow. We're doing this for Lou. I'm a Met fan. I like to go for them. And who's Lou? Who's half these people like who's Lou? He's a mythical character.
Yeah, who is this guy? Who is this guy? You see the background?
Yep, I see it, man. Well, right now, hey, Rick said what's up, man. Rick said what's up. Mikhail, yep. Mikhailov will Lou doesn't have his laptop. He doesn't have his chat with him right now. So I gotta read for him too. I gotta do his Mets and then read for him as well.
Yeah, hold my hand, Johnny. Hold my hand.
Yeah, this is what I got. Look at all the work I gotta do.
Don't worry.
I gotta read for him. I gotta do the Met game for him. We were talking about everything tonight.
By next week, I'm gonna have my tripod with a little circle halo light, a microphone, and everything for you.
Yeah, we should put your name as Lou Unicorn. That's what we should do. And good, I'm glad you're back. Talk to them. It's commercial now, but talk to them. I'll be right back.
So real quick, we started off 5-zip. I'm a Met fan. We've been dealing with the Braves for the last 30 years or so. That's 20 years at least. We've been like the doormat for these dudes. And this year, the last time we faced them, they were on a 14-game winning streak or something of that nature. They were on a big winning streak. They were kicking everybody's behind. And we went in there. We took 2 out of 3 from them. So that was awesome. Max Scherzer went out and shut them down. And Walker, I think Walker was the other one that left them on zip. But even when you're up 5-zip against Atlanta, you really have to watch it because look at that. In 1 inning, 3 runs. They score in bunches there. I think they lead the league in home runs. So you have to watch out for them. You have to pitch them really, really good because if not, like as you saw, it was Ozuna, 2-run shot, At least 2 of our trade guys, the Rhino and the guy from Cincinnati, I keep mispronouncing his name, so I'm not even going to butcher it. It starts with an N. The outfielder, the right fielder hit a home run. So they're producing. They're producing, so that's a good thing, especially for a general manager that you trade like Dom Smith was a beloved Mets from the farm system, and they got rid of him. He wasn't doing anything to lefties or righties. The dudes that we picked up are not the greatest, but they are a tad bit better than what we had, so we improved. Not drastically, but it's not much that we're missing. I mean, we got 2 relief pitchers. I think one from Chicago. So once again, and I'm sorry, guys. I should be more informed on names and stuff like that. But when it comes during work and family life and stuff like that, sometimes you don't get a chance to get in there. We're not ESPN. We don't get paid millions of dollars just to look at sports all day. Because if not, I'll be just like John, just know it all. John just has that brain. Lindor's been on fire. I think he walked 2 times already, if I'm not mistaken. He has I think a 10-game hitting streak. So he's been, he's living up to his expectation that we paid him $341 million. That's a lot. I mean, people don't understand that's a lot of money for one, especially for a shortstop. But he's been doing his thing. He's been last year he did dismal. The whole year he had like 60 something RBIs. This year he's already at 70, so 70 something. So that's good. So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Then my AC unit from my house went down a little bit, so we're over here sweating, and it's bad over here. It's bad, but I got my little fan going over there, the little blizzard, and hopefully we'll survive until we get a repairman to come here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I was telling them that everybody that we picked up, all the way from the Rhino, the other guy, the left fielder, I think I call him Nitro. He has a funny name, they like Nyan or something like that.
Oh, I know. They've been killing. Hey, Lockport, what's up, man? What's up, brother?
So what I was telling them is that we didn't improve drastically, but everyone that we picked up is doing better than who we got rid of.
Oh yeah, no doubt. We were laughing earlier because Joey Gallo right now is hitting 250 for the Dodgers. I know they change it when they go to the National League, but he's already doing better than he did with the Yankees ever.
Did you see the thing that they say that he knew he was going to get traded because he was already growing a beard? If you guys don't know, if you play for the Yankees, you have to be clean shaved. The only thing that you can have is a porn stash. That's it.
That's it. Like Matt Carpenter. Matt Carpenter.
Man, his is awesome. I love it.
He's got a Magnum PI one, man. He's got one. He's got the Tom Selleck one, bro.
A Ron Jeremy stash.
But he's doing it for the Yankees. He is like ridiculous. Like you said, as a Met fan, the Yankees seem to find these guys. These guys that are supposed to retire. They come out. Remember when the Yankees had Nick Swisher forever? The guy was like money for the Yankees. Nick Swisher.
He was awesome.
He was awesome for the Yankees,
He was awesome
man.
for like a good 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, they find these guys that are just like, who's that? You know, and like Scott Brosius years ago, Charlie. Like they find these guys that are just a little under the radar, and they do. Matt Carpenter's going to retire. He's going to retire. He's at like 320 for the Yankees right now.
You saw Philly got rid of Didi?
I didn't know that, did they? They got rid of Didi? Where's he go? Is he free agent right now?
Free agent. They let him go completely.
They DFA'd him. Wow. Who's going to pick him up?
I'm surprised, dude. I'm surprised because, you know, in the Yankees, he had a hot. Think about it. He made his name with the Yankees, and then Philly gave him this big contract.
Well, Didi took over when Jeter was gone. Not that he replaced them, but I mean, he played solid shortstop for them.
And his bat was good too. It wasn't like he batted over close to 300.
Yeah, he was another guy that worked the count. He could lay down a bunt if you needed him to, you know.
Go opposite field.
Like I said, I was saying this yesterday during the thing, like the shift would never have worked in the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Why? Because people could bunt and move guys around the bases. They would have never put the shift on that. Nowadays, no one can move runners around, and no one can bunt. What are bunts now? Bunts are flyouts to the catcher, or they're like a hard ground out. Guys don't know how to bunt.
Like free throws.
Yeah, right. And they can't do them.
It's like
that's why the shift is there. The shift is a sign of the times. The shift is a sign of the times of what baseball is today. The Yankees have not even made the World Series because they're home run or nothing. And those teams like that get exposed in the playoffs.
Except the Braves. Last year they
except the Braves, yeah.
You know, you always have those one-off outliers, but they were because once again, you know, I can't stand them dudes. It's been 30 years that we've been their doormat. You know, maybe once or twice we beat them in the playoffs or got further than them. But besides that,
yeah,
they've been killing us, man. And last year, remember, they won the World Series without two of their best players, man.
I know.
People don't understand how hard that is. Losing one, but losing a junior, Cooper Jr., that he blew his knee out catching.
Oh, did you see the shot he just hit too? Oh my gosh.
No, that was Azuma. Was it Azuma that hit it or Acuna?
No, it was Acuna.
Okay.
That thing landed in the apple where it comes out. It landed in there. Who
was the other guy? They lost two players last year. They lost
Freddie Freeman played, but they lost him. I don't know who else they lost.
Cooper Jr. they lost, and then the outfielder who had just hit the home run, right? The ball-headed dude.
I was reading something.
Ozuna.
Oh, yeah. He played for the Marlins before that. Ozuna didn't hit it. I know what you're talking about. He didn't hit that home run.
Yeah, but last year they lost him.
He was out for the World Series. Yeah, he was out for the World Series.
I don't know if it was like domestic violence or something like that. I don't want to, don't quote me on that, but I know it was something like that. And
I mean, think about it. He was on the Marlins with Yelich and all that. Marlins, they got rid of a lot of good, solid outfielders and players, man.
They do it every year, though. Think about it.
Every year.
Their farm system is top notch.
I was just saying how the Nationals got rid of. Just 3 years ago, they had Trey Turner, Soto, Max Scherzer, Anthony Rendon, Bryce Harper. They were all on the Washington Nationals 3 years ago. Trey Turner is a fucking five-tool player. I mean, it's insane.
Papelbon, was it a couple of years ago? They had Papelbon too.
They had Papelbon too, yeah. Yep.
That's when he
went from the Phillies to the Nationals, yeah.
When he choked up Bryce Harper, he was like, "Come here, you young buck! I'm going to choke you in the dugout."
He did. That's right. He did that when they were on the Nationals, right? Or was that
was, I think, 2000. It was 2015. That's when the Mets jumped them. We had a 3-game series. They were supposed to get rid of Flores. The trade didn't go through with and we ended up getting Cespedes.
Whatever happened to him? He just kind of fell off the map. He just disappeared.
I don't know, man. I remember.
I'm not even making a joke. Like he left. He just disappeared.
100%. Remember, he opted out. Oh, excuse me. He had give me 1 second. Not plantinitis. He had something in the bottom of his heels. bone spurts. That's what it was. Excuse me. It was bones. He had 2 bone spurts, and he was playing. He was playing on the balls of his feet. And they told him like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Yo, my feet hurt." And they were like, "Well, you should have told us. We would have got rid of you in the beginning of the year. We were already out of it."
Right.
Then he was in his farm, and he said he was jumping off the track, then broke his ankle. And then right around that time, he comes into spring training, and then he says he doesn't want to play because of the whole COVID thing. And then nobody wanted him. He disappeared.
But nobody's heard from him like ever. Like he was a great player for the Mets in Boston, and he's been around a little bit. But man, he was like the Mets at the time. I was like him. He was like
2015. He gave us a bolt of lightning that we rode that all the way to the freaking to the
World Series. With my favorite Met, David Wright. Well, I wish he got a ring. He deserved a ring, David Wright. Man, he did so much for the Mets. That guy was. And that guy was an incredible third baseman. He was just a fan favorite. Guy was a team guy. He just David Wright. I really wanted them to beat the Royals win the World Series, and I wanted him to get a ring. He deserved a ring.
We just ran into a buzzsaw.
You what?
We ran into a buzzsaw.
Oh, you did? I know. Johnny Gomes talked crap after the World Series. Didn't even play.
I mean,
Johnny Gomes talks crap about the Mets pitching. He didn't even play. He didn't even pinch hit. He didn't even play
because we were supposed to pick him up, and he didn't pass the physical, and that's when we ended up getting Cespedes. The Mets know that we call that the crying game because they told Flores, the guy who's in San Francisco, and remember he's homegrown, that they took him out of the game and said he was getting traded to Milwaukee. And he was crying. We ended up winning that game. And then the deal didn't go through because he had something wrong with his shoulder, didn't pass the physical, and we ended up getting Cespedes and went on that tear.
You guys went on a real tear that year. I followed, man.
That was the year Murphy hit a home run in like 8 straight games. It was like some
Daniel
ridiculous.
Murphy, yeah.
He went on a tear.
All right, they're out of this inning now. That's good.
Matter of fact, let me tell you how good of a run we did that year because I remember we swept the Cubs. They had Dallas, whatever his name was. They had a ill pitching staff, and we ran through them.
Dallas Keuchel. Yeah. They had Jake Amaretta or Amaretta.
They had a couple of players.
Yep.
Supposedly they had the ace.
They had John Lester too. They had John Lester on that team, the pitching staff. Yep, they had him as well.
And then we went.
Yeah.
No, you know the names.
No, I'm just saying they had John Lester as well, man. That was pretty much all I had on that.
And then we went to LA, and they had an ill pitching staff. They had who they had? They had
Kershaw's, of course. Yeah.
Who else they had? Did they have Cole? No.
Cole, believe it or not, started with the Pirates when the Yankees didn't draft him. They traded him to the Pirates.
Oh man, I wish I had my computer
Cole
because
was on the Pittsburgh Pirates at one time, man, and he had and then he went to the Astros, and then he came to the Yankees where he became Big Money Cole. Big Money Cole.
Yeah, but I know LA had a. Oh yeah, LA had a bomb squad that they had, and we swept them too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was an incredible run he went on. Lockport. Oh, 1974. I see what you just posted, man. He's saying what was better, The Longest Yard, 1974, or the 2005 remake? 74 was better. Come on.
Oh, of course. That Longest Yard was garbage.
The one with Adam Sandler, and I like Adam Sandler movies, man, but 2005, the remake of The Longest Yard, man.
Oh,
the one with Burt Reynolds was way better. Way better.
Doesn't even compare. Doesn't even compare.
Way better. Yep,
I'm thinking any given Sunday. That's the one I was thinking of. No, yes, the Adam Sandler one they had an all-star cast too.
They did. It just you can't grab a movie like The Longest Yard and remake it, even with a great cast. They put. You know what's funny? That's when modern technology. For a while they're considering remaking the original Jaws. They're just going to screw that up into a bloodfest thing, man. There's something about older movies like that. It's hard to remake.
There's too many damn shark movies right now. Leave it alone.
Right. Jaws, what made Jaws so special was it was so original. People didn't even want to go. I was a kid then. People didn't even want to go in the water. Now it's just like, it doesn't have that same grab that Jaws had back then.
It was
Jaws
the music, John.
scary. Huh?
The music.
Right.
Dun,
You're not going to remake that and have that same
no.
effect. You just
They're about to remake Roadhouse.
oh, come on. Roadhouse is a legendary, horrible, great movie. You know what I mean? It's the best horrible movie. Like, how did Brad Wesley, like, how did he get so rich? The town was like broke. The town did nothing but the bar and like that car dealership that he ran over and Red, the auto parts store. Like what was in that town that this man was so rich off of? That's absolutely insane, man. Anybody new in the room, hit the subscribe button, the bell notice, the like button. We are emerging from the depths, going to our short-term goal of 1,000 subs. We're just fans speaking to fans. That's all this is. We ain't auditioning for anything.
You was in the pool today, Johnny?
Huh?
You was in the pool today?
Of course.
Yeah, you matched that you look like that Nick banner you have up there.
I know. You see the tan, you see the red. Because my head up here hurts. I didn't want to wear a hat because you know the
quick
pressure.
Story, guys. Quick story.
No.
So
too bad you don't have a picture. Too bad you don't have a picture.
So John moves down to Florida. I think they go to like the pier. Him and his wife Dawn. Shout out to Dawn. I love her. She's awesome. And he comes to work and he has his hat on. And we're like, take your hat off, John. You can't wear.
It was February. I didn't know. It's February.
He goes, no, the boss said I could wear my hat. When he takes it off, think about how red he is right now, but the rest of his forehead was just straight white, like his jersey.
The boss said you could wear your hat today. I said, please don't. They were calling me Hellboy that day at work. Hellboy. The horrible movie. Another horrible, great movie. Hellboy. That was called that for the whole week. I didn't know in February. I'd never really been to Florida. I didn't know being in Florida. Literally, there was a line like right there. This was all white, and the rest of my face was all red. That was hilarious. And it was, yeah, that's right. They were like, yeah, you can wear your hat. I showed them, they're like, yeah, you can wear your hat. And they know the crew we work with. I've been abused. I was already abused. I got, I'm like, please don't let me go out to the floor and have to wear this hat.
Me, you, Junior, Sizzle, Stanley, Greg, and they're all funny dudes.
Oh, that's cool.
Quinn, that's his name, right? Is it Quinn? Am I pronouncing that correct?
Whoa, the Angels hit 7 solo home runs and lost 8-7 to Oakland. 7 solo home runs and lost 8-7. Wow. These guys are talking to each other, and I just saw that. That's freaking awesome.
That shows you that you can have the best talent, but if you don't have chemistry, it's not going to work.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You can have all the chemistry. Well, like I said, that's the whole reason. The American League, the best teams the past 5 years, it's fair, is the Red Sox, Astros. Forget about the cheating. Forget about all that stuff. It's Red Sox, Astros, Rays, and Yankees have been the most consistent team the past 4 or 5 years in the AL. And the only one that not even make the World Series was the Yankees. Why? Because all those other teams have some small ball aspect to them. The Yankees do not. They don't have it. It's home run. What's funny to me is when you have a home run lineup, how come everybody's on or off all at the same time? It's just they're all on hitting home run, or they're all off all at the same time. Isn't that funny? How does that happen? That's always been a mystery to me. How does that happen?
I guess when the pitcher has you off balance, you tend to do a little bit more. You have to get look. Did you see the game yesterday? The San Diego game?
No, I wanted to. I did not see it. I was doing the Yankee dumpster fire. I should have turned the game off once it was 6-0. I should have just turned it off.
That lineup is ferocious. And Tatis Jr. is still not even in the lineup yet.
That's the only one, because I was saying in the beginning before you were here, I was saying how all the races are pretty much done except the Brewers only have a half-game lead on the Cardinals. The Twins have a 1-game lead on the Guardians. And the only other one is your Mets and Braves here. But the 11 game, I said the most interesting one is the Padres being 11 games behind the Dodgers, because now with that batting order, Soto, when Tatis comes back, Soto, Tatis, which is next week, Machado. And I said this guy wasn't even a throw-in. You get Josh Bell who's hitting 301. He's at 301 this year. That's not a throw. That's not like a, hey, take a Joey Gallo throw-in. That's like a real solid guy. You gave up 5 prospects, which you know, the analysts say, well, they're 5 top prospects. Well, oh, he's gone. Now I see why I'm only a second behind you, because when you started doing this, he had swung the bat for me. So I'm only not 5 minutes.
2 home runs today. 2 home runs.
Already. So now they're up 6-3. We had Andy in the room for a little while. Andy's a Braves fan. I don't know where he went.
Oh, we're gonna block him for the rest of the game.
No, you can't block Andy.
I'm just joking. I can take it.
Yeah. Hey man, I just told him you can't. Very rare 5-game series. I know one's a doubleheader. Has to. What is a doubleheader? Saturday?
No, I think they go all the way to Monday.
They do? So this isn't a doubleheader for the 5 games.
No, okay. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
I thought they got rained out one day. Okay, maybe you do. I got to look that up. Maybe they do. I don't know. I like the Mets, but I haven't followed them that closely. What I do like is the guy. Huh?
I said we picked this guy up, right, from Cincinnati.
Yep. He's been playing.
Yeah, no, batting 2 and change, but he's better than Dom.
Yeah, he is better than Dom. I know. Yep. Dom and JD Davis had reached their points, man, and that's it. Did you see the thing with JD Davis they showed his Twitter account from 2012?
No.
All it said was, I'm a fan of anybody that plays the Giants. I hate them, because he grew up in LA. He was a Dodger fan. He goes, I hate that team. I hate them now. I'll always hate them. And I go for anybody that it came up, and he's just like, oh, like, what are you going to do?
What am I going to do? It's business.
You're saying he's happy to be here, you know. It's the same crap like, you know, Zach Wilson said when he was like, oh, I was hoping the Jets were going to pick me. No, you weren't. Nobody was happy to be on the Jets. What are you talking about?
Don't you hate that?
It's such lies, man. You get drafted by the New York Jets, and you're saying, man, that's why I was hoping it was going to draft me. Bullshit. That is straight.
Did you see what happened?
BS.
Did you see what happened to the last 2 to 3 quarterbacks they drafted in the first round?
Oh, man, please. Geno and Sam Darnold. Yeah, come on. You are happy to be there. It's like Mike Hampton when he left the Mets and went to the Rockies. He said, man, this is the park I want to pitch in. Really? In Colorado, that's the park you want to pitch in?
Hampton was a bulldog.
Paradise? Mike Hampton said, I remember when he went to the Rockies after the Mets, that's what he said. This is the park I couldn't wait to pitch in. Really? It's a home run haven for hitters. What are you talking about, man?
No good pitcher ever.
They're all lies. It's like when Pujols left the Cardinals to go to the Angels, and he was saying, you know, his heart is always in St. Louis. We'll see what happens if I stay here. My heart's always here. Maybe your wallet's with the Angels. That's what it is.
I can hear you. Yeah, of course. They took the money. And ran.
Your heart's here, but your wallet's with the Angels.
And there's nothing wrong with that neither. You know, at the end of the day, just say, hey, look.
Well, just say it then. That's what I mean. Just say it. We already know.
With Stroman.
Like Carmelo staying with the Knicks and saying, I'm really big on winning championships. You'd have been better off going to a couple of the teams that were more ready to go. You stay with the Knicks because they paid you more. That's all. He busted ass on the Knicks. Carmelo played outstanding, but he didn't have anybody around him really, except Lynn Sanity.
And then also the endorsements that you get in New York City. People forget how much money these guys make off endorsements.
Well, that's what Darryl Strawberry was saying to Judge. You know, you just, even if they offer you less or whatever, you don't, the New York aspect and everything, all the accolades that come with playing on a New York team. He said going to the Dodgers just wasn't the same. Going to the Giants, it wasn't the same until he came back and played with the Yankees. It's not the same as playing in New York.
That's why it's always good. Not because we're from there, but every sport
I know we sound
is
so
good
biased.
when New York is good.
Yeah, we sound so biased.
But it's the truth. You know, at the end of the day, it's the truth. Every sport is good when New York's in it. Basketball, unfortunately, but at least you know you had the Nets. What's your name, Mama? A plate? Okay.
Yeah, it's true, man. Like
I'm stationed in my kitchen, so
I know it, brother. You know it's like right now. I had a Red Sox fan on with us yesterday, even though we weren't playing them. And I said it's not good for baseball that the Red Sox aren't rivalry, up with the Yankees right now. It's not good because they're like, hey, you happy the Yankees, Red Sox aren't in it? No, I'm not. I like it better when the Yankees and Red Sox are going at each other. As long as Cole's not pitching, as long as he's not pitching, your Red Sox punching bag.
Do you think that MLB? Do you think MLB wants Milwaukee versus?
Oh, come on.
Let's say even the Astros. They don't want that.
No. The year that Chicago played the Tampa Bay Lightning, who hadn't won a cup yet, but they had Stamkos, they had a great upcoming team. The Lightning had just beaten the Rangers in 7 in the conference championship and moved on to the finals. The league wanted Chicago versus New York. Those original 6 teams, they're from way back. They wanted the Blackhawks and the Rangers, not the Blackhawks and the Lightning. Nope, the Lightning aren't a national team. They're not a national team. They're just not. It's not a draw. Like the NBA, you think they want the Memphis Grizzlies playing the Hawks in the finals?
I don't know.
Look at the Bucks. Perfect example. Look at the Bucks playing the Suns in the finals. Like nobody wanted to watch that. Nobody. Even though they had Chris Paul and Giannis and Devin Booker and all these great players, man, nobody wanted to watch that, man. They want to see LeBron versus KD.
They end up watching the like I told you the Mets and the Yankees highest ratings that they had in 15 years.
Wow, 15 years?
Yep. In 15 years, highest
nice
rate
game
in ESPN in 15 years.
That's insane. Wow. I didn't know that.
You know why? Because both teams were number 1.
Yeah. Well, of course that's why. Just like now, man, with the did you see what Shaq said about KD?
No.
He just said that it looks like KD's going to end up staying in Brooklyn because Brooklyn, and rightfully so, Brooklyn wants a whole hell of a lot for KD, and they should want a lot for KD.
They should. They want the farm.
So if you're going to sign an extension and then want to be traded, well, okay, you're going to end up playing here because we're going to want the world for you. But anyway, Shaq said, of course he wants to go Phoenix. It's easier to get to the championship that way for him. He doesn't have to carry the team. He took a shot at him again, but it's true. It's like, dude, it's like, look, he's a great player. He's just not a great leader. He's not a great leader.
Not a great leader whatsoever.
Shaq said he's a follower. He followed Kyrie to Brooklyn. He's a follower. He's a follower, man.
Yep.
He's a great player, but he's not a leader. So when people say he's a better leader than LeBron, that is just insanity. No, he's not. It's not even close. It's a joke. It's a joke. He doesn't make players better around him. LeBron makes players better around him. Way better around him. That's just a joke.
That's like teams going, hey, I want to go to Cleveland. I want to play in Cleveland.
Right.
Nobody wants to go there.
Here's Marcell Ozuna now. Yeah. He's hitting 223 with 19 home runs. Man, I'll tell you what. Oh, he just grounded out. All right. I'm like a step behind you, right? He just grounded out.
He was the one that was out last year. He got suspended.
That's a big loss, too, and they won without him. Oh, my gosh. Lockport, are you really into preseason football? The Raiders are playing. Oh, are the Raiders? Lockport, you're not a Raiders fan. I get it, man, because football's back. Preseason to me, football's back. I get the hypeness of that it's back, but preseason scares me because I'm worried about my best players getting hurt. Preseason scares me. Losing players in meaningless games. And the bad players never get hurt. It's always the great players. You never see the bad players getting hurt, or they just don't tell you to. But the regular bad players that start all the time, they never get hurt. And the stars are like ripped ACL out to like for 12 months. This guy tore an MCL. This guy broke his shoulder. And yet the other guys that do absolutely nothing, just run routes and don't try. They're there the entire year. It's really bizarre.
Tell them the reason why we don't watch preseason is how many times the Jets went 5-0.
Oh, the Jets went 5-0 the year they won one game. All the hype was there. Yeah, Rich Kotite era. Only the Jets would hire Rich Kotite, who just lost his last 7 in a row with the Eagles the year before. They don't make the playoffs. He loses his last 7 in a row. The Jets are like, yo, you're a Brooklyn guy. You're the offensive coordinator for the Jets under Joe Walton. You're coming right here. And he went 4-28 in those 2 years. 4-28. I would love to put Adam Gase as the worst Jets coach of all time, but you can't.
No.
Rich Kotite owns that title. He's 4-28. We all want Gase to be the worst because he's such a horrendous joke.
He was arrogant.
What other coach sits on the sideline when the defense is on the field? He didn't care less. He sat on the sideline in his clipboard and doing what? Drawing up plays that aren't going to work.
That was bad, man.
It was bad, man. He was a real arrogant, man.
And then his interviews after the game is like, dude, you just lost by 30, and you're talking like you just lost by 3.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like I'm surprised because we practiced really well. Yeah, you practice against the Jets. The Jets practicing against Jets. It's stupid. Practice really well. What does that mean? Really practicing against your own team. One of the selling points that Johnson's made to Jet fans.
I'm losing you, Johnny. I'm losing you.
Can you hear me? Must be on your end because I can hear you fine. One of the selling points of that they told us about the Jets is that he had a winning record against the Jets when he was the coach of the Dolphins. Whoa, boy, everybody has a winning record against the Jets. Who cares about that? That's a selling point. They say he was an innovator for today's game and a quarterback whisperer. Like, what a joke. They hired him. They hired Adam Gase like he was Bill Walsh reincarnated. He wasn't even like out of a job for like a week. Just hired him before anybody else could. What an absolute joke.
I lost you, Johnny.
How could you lose me, man? I can hear you fine. It must be on your end. I have touched nothing. I've touched nothing. All right. Top of the seventh, man. Ottavino's actually been, yeah, dude, you froze up completely, man. Lou, you froze up completely. Wow, Lockport, you're really getting down on this preseason game, huh? You are going in, brother. You're going in. Hey, making me actually look at this, Lockport. Hey, Lockport, by the way, man, September 3rd, everybody, September 3rd, Clash at the Castle, WWE, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Clash at the Castle, Labor Day watch party right here. This whole place is going to be packed. It's going to be fun. It's going to be different. It's going to be live. It's going to be live here. We're going to have a huge watch party right here, September 3rd, Labor Day weekend. Pop in. Everybody needs to pop in. Hey, Gunner, I know you guys are talking about preseason football, but I like that. Jason the Clapper Garrett. No matter what's going on, he's the clapper. Wait till Lou comes back on. He'll like that. That's great. Jason the Clapper. That's all he did, right? It's just that's all. Every time you see Garrett, no matter what's going on, give up a 98-yard touchdown. It's what he does, right? Bizarre, man. Really bizarre. That is the ultimate players coach right there. Anybody that's new in the room, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button. Comment. We appreciate it. Heading for 1,000 subs with a basement mentality, emerging from the depth, emerging out of the basement, man. We're more than halfway there. We're going to get there. We're going to continue doing these live streams. We're going to continue being here for you guys watching the games. And I thank you for being here with me, giving me your time. And I just went back to the replay. I thought he hit another home run. I almost said it and I caught it. I thought Acuna just hit another one, but he didn't. I don't know what happened to Lou. He comes on, then we lose him. It's funny. But yeah, well, I think the Mets will hold on. All you do is get another out here, then they get in the 8th inning. All the Mets have to do is get past the next inning, then they get to Edwin Diaz and the game's over. The Braves only have now to get this guy home or hit a 2-run homer to tie this game, and they have the 8th inning to win this game. And that's all they have because they're not beating Diaz. Nobody beats Diaz. Oh, my gosh. Gunna. Jason the Clapper Garrett. That was awesome, man. I like that. I like that, bro. Jason the Clapper Garrett. Lou, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, John?
I can hear you. You're a little low now. You were fine before, but you froze up completely.
I'm gonna go out and come back in, John.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I hear you. Can you hear me? Anyway, we have I don't know what's going on with him, man. He's got some technical difficulties. We're still on going strong over here. This is his game. We're doing this for him. We're doing this for Lou. We're doing the Mets for Lou. We're back to the Yankees tomorrow night. We're back to the Yankees tomorrow night. With Nasty Nestor, who I believe is starting that game at 8:15 tomorrow night. So this will be crazy.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, what's going on over there?
No, when I was when you were talking, you were cutting in and out. Your bar said red, so I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I didn't hit anything, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. See, this is what's scary about this team.
Oh,
Oh
is
my
he
God.
safe? He just stole second, man.
Yeah, I saw
Harris
that.
just stole second. Yeah. I was just telling them the Braves have now.
That's big. That's big.
That is big. I was telling them the Braves only have now in the 8th inning to try to win this game because when Diaz comes out, it's all over. It's over. And look, he just struck out. Yo, Ottavino's been pitching well for you guys, man. He's got a nasty slider.
Yes. And we just got Trevor May back too.
Slider. Huh?
We just got Trevor May back too.
Yeah. It's supposed to be pretty good. Yeah,
he's awesome. He was awesome, but he got tightness in his forearm, and it went downhill after that.
The Mets are kind of like the Yankees in the regard that the bullpens are shaky, until they get to the closer. The bullpens are a little shaky. The Mets, I was telling them earlier, the Yankees, huh? Yeah, I know, not a little.
I said not a little for us.
Well, not a little for us either.
Pitching. Lugo has been pitching lights out since that Yankee game.
Yo, he's been, Carrasco, I said it today. I said I compared the Yankees because, we're Yankees, a lot of Yankee fans in here. We're back to the Yankee Cardinal tomorrow, but I was telling them how much better the Mets pitching staff is than the Yankees. It's not even close. It's not even close. Outside of Nestor Cortez, Nasty Nestor is amazing this year. He's incredible.
Yeah.
But I said Carrasco is the Mets' 5th starter. He's 11-4 with a 3.7 ERA. He's their 5th starter. I said we have Domingo Germán. Huh?
He just gave up his first run in 22 innings.
I know, they showed it when he gave up that bomb. Oh, he gave up the run earlier, and then he gave up the 2-run homer. But
ever since you crushed him, look what he's been doing.
I told them about that. I said, Luke, I said the 2 times I saw him pitch this year were 2 bad games. That's what I saw. And then ever since then, you've been like, I didn't say he sucked. I just said the 2 games I saw him pitch, it was no good.
The 2 games that he gave up 4 runs in the first inning. I remember.
Yeah, that's the last one I saw him pitch. And ever since then, you're like, oh, he killed the
Houston. I think it was Houston. Houston.
He got
Houston. They lit him up. Yeah, they lit him up. He got beaten up. What is this? There must be something interesting going on in this Raider game because these guys in the chat are talking about this Raider preseason game. But like I said, man. Did you say Raiders?
Las Vegas Raiders. They're beating the Jaguars. I mean, I just can't. Against the Jaguars, it's funny. I just can't. Oh, he was talking about Gunner. Gunner brought up Jason the Clapper Garrett. No matter what's going on, he's always clapping. I'm like, that's true. You guys give up 95-yard bomb for a touchdown. This is what he's doing on the sideline. Then the cornerback that just got smoked, he comes over. Hey, he's slapping him on the back. Hey, man, that's great.
Wasn't he the offensive? Wasn't he the offensive coordinator for the Giants last year?
He got fired. Him and Joe Judge. No, he was out of there before. He wasn't even there last year. He was gone.
Okay.
He was gone, man. Jason the Clapper, I love it. The Clapper Garrett. Right, no matter what happened, man, he's always clapping. Picture Tom Coughlin clapping for his cornerback that just got smoked. Are you kidding? Tom Coughlin had the same angry look whether they were up 35-0 or losing 35-0, right? That man to be screaming with 2 minutes left in the game and they're up by 6 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Back then, he'd be screaming anyway. Huh? Those are winners. Lockport, I agree with you. I agree with you, man. Trading Montgomery, I wasn't a big Jordan Montgomery fan, but trading Montgomery when Severino just got put on the 60-day IL makes no sense. I agree. It just doesn't. You got Frankie Montas, who's a great pitcher from Oakland. Forget his 4-6 record. He played for Oakland. He has a 2.9 ERA since May. That's what you focus on. 4-6, you play for the A's, that's going to happen. 2.9 ERA since May is money, especially when you are pitching for Oakland. But to lose Montgomery at a time, and I'm not a big Montgomery fan, you guys already know this, but I wouldn't have lost him either for a 6th outfielder. That's not going to come back till September, by the way. He's a Golden Glove outfielder. Harrison Bader, he's not going to be back till September. So I don't understand that either. And Tyon is very inconsistent. He has 10 wins, but he never pitches like a 10-win pitcher. You don't have that 10-win pitcher feel right now. And Herman's a disaster. He's pitched 3 times coming back, and his ERA is just below 8. The last game he pitched was his best game. He actually pitched better against the Royals than Cole did. But it's a disaster. That's what I was saying. This is the New York Yankees, and we have problems with our back end of order. Cole's a dumpster fire. Nasty Nestor is the best thing we got. And I mean that. I don't mean that in a bad way. He is actually kicking ass when he's out there. I think he's pitching tomorrow for the Cardinals. But yeah, Lockport, it makes no sense. Harrison Bader's not
Boone. It's Boone. I'm sorry. I say Boone.
Boone is a joke. That was the other thing I was comparing with the Mets earlier. You got Buck Showalter and Dusty Baker. These are 2 old school guys. You know they're not listening to analytics on anything, and they get the pass. They don't have to.
I think maybe a little. I think
a little, but not like Boone, where the whole game is controlled through analytics.
No.
These 2 guys are probably a little bit, but if they're going to use the eye test, if someone said, "Hey man, this guy 3rd time through the order," they get the pass. And like, I don't care. He's pitching well. He's staying in, and they don't care if you fire him. You know what? That's fine. I've been around too long. I'll get another job.
You know why they won't get fired? They're getting too much money and they have too much respect in the league.
That's right. I take Dusty Baker. Look what they've done with the team. And Dusty Baker walked into a firestorm and had to take over that whole mess with the Astros and the booing. And what better guy to have come in there than him? And he handled the situation extremely well. And Houston's still a top team in the league.
That's an understatement. Firestorm.
But look, who better could you have brought in than him? Maybe Buck, and that's about it. That could have handled the situation the way they did. That's it.
Maybe Madden.
Yeah, Joe Madden too. That's a good one. I'm surprised Madden didn't do well with the Angels. That is just bizarre to me.
Well, nobody does good with the Angels.
I know, but Madden did well with a lot less on Tampa Bay. He won the World Series with the Cubs. I would say I wish Joe Madden was the manager of the Yankees right now.
All the Mets.
Right. Boone is dude.
Remember, he left the Rays because of a $2 million dispute. It was $2 million.
Well, $2 million is like what 6 players on the Rays get paid.
Yeah, but come on.
I know what you're saying, man.
This guy changed the culture of that whole entire franchise.
I know. It did. And then they had Dave Martinez, who won a World Series with the Nationals. He was a bench coach for the Rays, and Joe Madden said he should be the next guy up, and they got rid of him too.
Yeah.
They got rid of him too, man. Oh, I think when Kevin Cash came in, I think Martinez was the bench. I think he was the bench coach for him also, and then he moved on to the Nationals and won a World Series there.
And still made the World Series.
Huh?
And still made the World Series.
Yeah. Yep. But you know what? He makes a great point. I don't know why the Yankees got another out. And Harrison Bader's a Gold Glove outfielder, but he's not going to be back till September. I was saying, do the math on this. They showed Harrison Bader as during the Yankee game yesterday. Do the math on this because I still can't figure it out. Michael K. Paul Neal, they were talking about the trades, and they said Harrison Bader is on the 10-day IL coming over from the Cardinals, the 10-day IL, okay, since June 27th. So now we're in August, 10-day IL, June 27th. We're in August, and he'll be back in September off the 10-day IL. And they were showing it on the screen, 10-day IL. I'm like, it's a little bit longer than 10 days, isn't it? June 27th to now is 10-day, and then he'll be off the 10-day IL. From June 27th, he'll be off the 10-day in September. So I don't know. I mean, I graduated high school 30 years ago. Maybe that's, I don't know. I'm a 4-decade Jets fan. How smart could I be? Couldn't figure that one out.
It's the funny thing is that you got these 2 teams. You got the Rays and you got the Marlins. Every single year producing great talent. Not good talent, great talent.
Yeah, they still move back. Oh, here comes Marte, man. This guy, they just showed him against left-handed pitching this year. He's hit 339 and 5 homers against lefty pitching. Oh, and he just when he hit it, I thought it was gone. I thought he went to warning.
That's why I didn't jump. But the funny thing about Marte is that when he's on, he's on. But when he's off, dude. He'll go 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Or he'll go 3 for 4 with a home run and miss the cycle by a double. We need
still
one more.
I know a lot of great players do it, man. I mean, you know, your biggest money guy, and I was telling these guys in the beginning when you were still the unicorn, we had Pete Alonso, the first 4 runs, he was responsible for 3 of them. Not the guy in from second, hits the 2-run bomb, his next at bat. Pete Alonso comes through in damn near every pressure situation that.
Losing you again, Johnny.
Yeah, you froze. Yeah, you froze. Something's going on in your end, brother. You guys are Lockport, Gunner. You guys are really into this Raider Jaguar preseason game, huh? You guys are like really going off in the chat over this game. You guys are Bills fans too, right? Are you guys are thrilled that football's back. I am too, but I don't know if there wasn't a game on right now, guys. I don't know if I'd be how into a Raider Jaguar preseason game is, but hey, man, go at it.
I'm back.
Good. I was just talking about Lockport here and Gunner are really they're Bills fans, but they are like really into this Raider Jaguar game. They must have bet on it. Maybe they bet on the game. I would never bet, let alone watch them. I would never bet on a preseason game. That's like real. That's a real.
Well, no,
right there.
No. They say that's the best time to bet because most of the time your good players will play the first 1 or 2 plays. And then after that, they put their second string. But the good teams usually have better second string.
Usually, but it's still a crapshoot, man. It's a major one. That is awesome. Hey, guys, I'm glad you guys are in the room and you guys are doing your chats and things on the preseason. That's what this is. This room is for the fans. This is for everybody. I love seeing them chatting about preseason football. They're watching preseason while we're watching the Mets and Braves. And that's what this room is all about, man. This channel is for everybody. They're having a hell of a chat in here about the Jaguars and the Raiders, man. Wow. How do you like Brian? How do you like Brian Dable as your new head coach? How do you like the way the Giants are looking right now, shaping up?
Like I told them, they had a great draft. So, and then you got Danny Dimes. This is make it or break it for him. I think he's done anyway. I'm not going to give him an extension.
Well, that's obvious because unless he does something out of this world, the best thing that the Giants did, and Dable and them, is that, hey, you got to prove it to us. You got to prove that you can be here, that you want to be here, and that, there's no unrealistic expectations, but you got to show being a real leader, stop being Danny loose change and fumbling the ball, learn how to hold on the ball. He knows how to take a sack. He just doesn't know how to hold on to the ball. Danny loose change, forget Danny. Get to be Danny Dimes. It's all off that one game that they came back when they were down 28-0. Remember that? It was like his first or second start against the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I was there.
And he brought him on. Yeah, it was against the Bucs, and he brought him all the way back. And ever since then, it's like the Yankees waiting for Gary Sanchez for 3 years to go back to 2017 and hit all them home runs. It's like they live on the one game that Danny had. That was like they were down 28-0, and he came back and won. It's like it's the same thing. Waiting, got it. They're going to move on from him. It's just like Sam Darnold's last year with the Jets. Joe Douglas. They all said, Sam's a great kid. He's taking this very well. He's got a 1 year to prove it, but they already knew they weren't going to keep him anyway.
He got a bad rap though. He had like five different coaches, offensive line. Coaches.
Yeah, but you know what? He played hard, and he got. Hey, Mikhailov is back in the room. He said, "Lou, how are you, mate?"
Tell them how is it? Tell them how it is down under.
Yep, he was talking about rugby earlier, and we were talking about that, man. I would love to go to a rugby game. I would love to be at one. Those guys are psychos. They're psychos, man. But yeah, he's
me and Peggy one time we watched rugby for like 3 hours because we had nothing else to watch. And it was awesome.
You watched the 3-hour game?
No. It was a bunch of games. It was like a tournament they had in Australia.
I don't know anything about
different
rugby.
Countries.
You watched 3 straight hours of a rugby tournament. That's awesome, man. Those guys.
Are they bringing this guy in the 8th inning? No, that's not my phone, but that's where I get. Diaz, his music, the trumpets, that's my ringtone. So
okay. Well, they are bringing him in the 8th inning. I get Diaz's.
Is that your phone going on?
Not for you know what my phone has? It's the Office opening theme song. Office. That's my ringtone.
Office.
That's my opening.
Wow,
that's the greatest sitcom. Huh?
They're bringing
a 6-out save. 6-out save.
Oh, got him.
Yep, I was just a step. Once you said got him, I was just a step behind you. Yep, you just got him. But then why
Think about it.
can't he come in for a sticks out save? Why can't
That
he?
was one pitch. That was one pitch.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you
That's
want
big.
him to have a fast inning, but I'm just saying in this era, why can't he pitch a two innings? Like, is
I
it a
don't see why
mental thing
not.
now? Huh?
And he hasn't pitched like in 10 days. Well, he hasn't pitched since I can't even tell you the last time he pitched.
Yo, he was out by half a step, Lou. That's the word I'm looking for. He was out by half a step. That was an incredible play and throw by Lindor, man.
But that's Lindor's cannon.
Edwin Diaz has struck out 52.5% of the batters he's faced this
And that's
season.
another thing about Lindor. Not only is he
Lou, you
not
broke
only
it.
can he
There's something
get
going
hit,
on with your
but he can
phone.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm losing you, brother. Something going on with your phone, man. Oh, whatever you're on. Diaz is money, man. This guy is lights out. He's not going to blow this game. He's going to get both things. He's going to get it done. He's definitely going to get it done. He's definitely going to get it done, bro.
I know we're breaking up.
I'm fine over here. Lou lost. He's going to come back again. I mean, what are you working from? A rotary phone? What's going on?
I don't know. It's the first time this ever happened to us.
I know. We've never had this before, ever. I have no problems on my end. I know I have no problems because I don't touch anything when we do this. I touch nothing because when I touch things, I lose the chat. I say, oh, hey, what's this? And I go over and I touch one thing and then everything shuts down. I touch nothing. Zero. I know how to work my way out of a couple of things, but that's about it. Mikhailov, man, are you at work right now, brother? You are at work now. I told Mikhail I was way off, but I told him next time he comes on tomorrow night for Yankees Cardinals, I'm going to guess. I told him I'll never look it up. I will guess what time it is in Australia. And I'm getting closer.
Wasn't it a 13-hour difference?
Don't tell me.
Oh,
I'm going to guess tomorrow. I got it wrong today, but I get closer. I know it around there, man, but I told him I will not look it up. You know, Lou, it's like what's when we do trivia over the phone. We don't look anything up. I will guess it right. I will get it.
Never look it up.
I know. That's BS. I don't look up anything.
It can take me 2 days and I still won't look it up.
I'll drop Lou a text of the trivia question of whatever it might be, and he will not. He'll send back things an hour here, an hour there, an hour here. A day later, he will not give in until he figures this out. It'll take 2 days before he waves the white flag or gets it. But usually he gets it right off the bat. But yeah, we don't look anything up. That's BS. That's BS. Anybody new in the room, hit the subscribe, the bell notice, and the like button. We're just fans. This is a channel for fans. That's it. That's all we are. We have guys in the chat talking about preseason football games right now. We're doing this for Lou. We did Mets game today because my co-host is a diehard Mets fan. I like him. And I did the first 5 innings without him. That's what we do here in the basement. Everything happens in the basement. And Saturday, September 3rd, Clash at the Castle. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. It's going to be a watch party here. There's going to be a whole bunch of things going on here behind me while I'm doing this live. It's going to be insane. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy to be here with us. Going to be here with us. Yep. It's going to be amazing. Can you hear me, Lou?
Loud and clear. I'm sorry. I'm just focused right now.
I know. You got Diaz in. I get it. Yep, it's going to be an amazing time. Clash at the Castle. WWE. What are you doing? Nobody needs to see you that close. Yep. September 3rd, big watch party, Labor Day weekend. And he struck him out.
I was waiting, Johnny. I was waiting for you.
I saw it. I was just finishing up my spiel on selling the time.
Now, do you bring him in for the 9th?
Now you bring him in for the 9th, and there should be no problem with that. One thing with baseball I never understand is why it's just what is the problem? Why can't you just pitch these guys a couple innings? Like Diaz can't mentally handle that. It just makes no sense.
That's like growing up as playing Little League. They were like, "Oh, don't throw the curve. You're gonna hurt your arm. You're gonna hurt your arm." That was all BS.
You're gonna hurt your arm. You're gonna hurt me trying to get into the major leagues by not pitching that.
Throwing
You're supposed
the
to
curve,
groove
exactly.
fastballs down to when dude, there's guys in the majors that blow their arms out now. What are you talking about? If they didn't throw them when they were younger, maybe that's why they're not strong enough to throw them now.
150%.
Right. If you're not training your muscle to do that, then there's a shock to the system when it's doing that weird. I mean, like how El Duque didn't have Tommy John surgery every year is beyond me.
Oh my.
Guy was overhand, sidearm, and submarine. All three. How do you prepare for that as a batter when El Duque Hernandez for the Yankees, if you guys remember him, the guy did overhand pitch, a sidearm, and a submarine, and they were all effective. How do you prepare for that?
He's the only one I would pick over Andy to start a game in the playoffs.
Oof.
Remember, he was undefeated for like 10 games until he lost one. I forgot
I
who it was.
know, but that's like saying you would start. I'd still take Pettit over. I'm sorry.
Numbers don't lie, John.
I'm not saying that. I understand where you're coming from, but I'd still take Pettit. It's a good argument, though. I'd still take him. Pettit was just, I mean, yeah, El Duque did it too. I mean, he did it too. Pettit was just, he was money for a longer amount of time. Maybe that's it. He's the only Yankee pitcher with no losing record. Think of all the Yankee pitchers in the history. Never had a losing record. People say Andy Pettit's not even close to a Hall of Famer. I'm like, he's borderline. I wouldn't say he's not even close. I mean, the guy, pitched money in the playoffs. He was a money pitcher. He'll never make the Hall. His numbers aren't there. That's probably what it is.
I mean, all time as a Yankee pitcher, the only one with a winning record?
No. I'm saying he never had a record of that was losing, or even like, even for the season, like 10-10, something like that. He never had anything like that. And that's incredible to be on that team and never have a losing record. Because I don't know what, as a Yankee, I don't know what he did for the Astros. Remember when him and Clemens were on the Astros? It was weird. That's when they had the big line across the star at the end. They had the weird, Astros have had a bunch of different things. Oh, here's Alonso. Let's go. Just hit another one. With Diaz, though, you don't even need insurance runs. It's already done. See, Alonso gets out when the run isn't needed, but when it's needed. How old is Alonso? Like 24? I don't even think he's that.
I don't think so neither.
Wow. Probably not, Daniel. I won't be running through any tables. No, probably not. Said if I go to Buffalo, would I be one of the guys running through tables?
Why not? You should.
In my drinking days, maybe. I don't drink anymore. I don't drink anymore. So maybe in those days I would have been enticed to do that. But yeah.
Yeah, he's coming out. He's coming out again for the next inning.
I ain't 20 years old anymore. He's got to come out for the 9th inning. Why would he not? Could you imagine putting somebody else in for the 9th and then they lose? Like, what was the point of putting him in the 8th? What was the point? It makes no sense.
We did that at Anaheim on a Sunday night. We brought him in, and then we brought Lugo. He gave up the freaking booty, and we ended up winning in extra innings. But yeah.
Hey, Lockport, no, I've never been there. And I'm telling you, I would love – a lot of Bills Mafia guys have told me I need to come to Buffalo. We need to go up there, watch the Bills and Jets at that game and all. I've seen the tailgating. I'm going to do another review on the tailgating there. You guys are insane. I love it, though. The camaraderie that the Bills Mafia has is out of this world. I think it's hilarious. I would love to see it live. Can't guarantee I'd be there, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. That would be – I know, Louis, we should go. Huh?
I said dress warm.
I know the game's in December. I'm like, couldn't they play Buffalo like September or October? My luck would be a day that they get 10 feet of snow and you get stuck in the airport. Oh my gosh. The drive actually isn't bad from on that. But still, it's just like that's what would happen. It'd be like I'd be trucking over the road again.
Like a 15-hour drive?
Yo, you guys all live near each other, Gunnar and Daniel and Lockport. You guys all live right near each other, really? These guys are on talking about certain places, and now they're starting to realize one of them's like, yo, we live like within 20 minutes of each other. It sounds like it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Ask them.
Yeah,
What's
it
the town that
does. You
starts
know what,
with an O
Gardini?
right next to the border?
Huh?
What's the town next to the border that starts with an O?
Ontario.
No, on our side in Buffalo.
Oh, I don't know.
No, ask them.
I think they
Or
heard you.
if they can type it in. Right next to the border, there's a town that starts with an O, a couple of exits before you hit the border.
Oh, did you hear him, guys? What's the town that starts with an O before you hit the border of Canada in that area? Gardini said that this has the feeling of the '99 September series between the Mets and the Braves. Yeah, it does. That's back in the Smoltz, Glavine, Maddox. He said this has that feel. It does. The Mets and Braves haven't really fought like that. That's a good one, Gardini. Good one.
Dude, one of
That's
those games
a good
went
one,
like
Gardini.
18
I like
innings.
that. Huh?
One of those games went like 14 or 16 innings.
That '99 series between the Mets and the Braves was nasty. Yeah, that was the same year. Yep, the Braves went on, and the Yankees had to handle it for the Mets. Man, we swept them out.
Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones,
Yep.
Brian Jordan.
Jordan. Yep. Smoltz, Glavine.
Was Rocker on that team?
Rocker was on that team. Yep. Yes, he was. I saw John Rocker when his career fall from grace. He was playing for the Independent Baseball League, the Long Island Ducks. And I took my mom and my daughter there back in the mid 2000s to watch him pitch for and they booed him. After everything he said, all the stuff he said about New Yorkers and subways and trains and all that crap. When he played for the Long Island Ducks, that independently, he got booed. And the stadium isn't even that big. Everybody's booed. Like the players, like if I'm here, like if I'm in the fourth row here, the players like right here. Like Juan Gonzalez actually played for them too. That was cool. Patrick Mahomes' father, he pitched for the Mets too. You know what I'm talking about. He played for the Independent Ducks, the Long Island Ducks. Yep. We went to a couple of those games, man, and it was fun. You know what? They made it fun. But there was a few pros that played for them. And John Rocker was one of them. And he probably thought he heard it from everybody in the crowd. that was what a time that was.
He put his foot in his mouth. Because remember, he was unstoppable.
Hold on. They said that not many towns that start with O, only one that pops into my head is Olean, Olean. Is that it?
I think it was.
But there's none on the border. Lou said it's like a couple exits away from the border. Olean, is that it? I don't know. You guys got me.
We couldn't go to Canada across the border because my friend Doughboy, and they were like, hey, if you go to this town, they're the only town that has hotels that were, run down dumps. But they were the only ones that took cash.
Oh, okay.
It was in February. I would never forget that. It was a blizzard in New York.
Oh, Mikhailov said my internet power is messing up. ATM, we have a massive storm overhead, so I might jump off and I'll chat with you fellows in the morning. Well, morning for you. Yeah, Mikhailov will be back on. St. Louis Cardinals, New York Yankees, 8:15 tomorrow night. 8:15 Eastern time.
Thank you for being on, brother. Thank you for being on.
All right, we'll see you. I was live streaming the other night, Monday Night Raw, and right at the very end, the storm's here, everything just shut off. Just gone. Luckily, we made it to the end. All right, Mike. All right, good. Olean. Oh, it's pronounced not Olean. I really chopped that up. It's O. He spelled it out. Thanks, Gunner. He spelled it out. OH-LEE. He told me exactly how to say it. Thank you, Gunner. It's Olean. Olean.
Well,
that's funny.
I stood there for 2 nights.
Thank you, Gunner. That was funny. Olean. Oh yeah, Gardini said when Piazza hit the homer in the 9th. In the 8th, in '99. When Piazza, I got a Piazza jersey. I should have worn that tonight, but I wanted to wear this one. The
Was that after the 9/11?
no, it was in
Before
99.
9/11.
It was in 99.
Okay,
9/11
okay.
was 2001. That was 99. Man, Piazza crushed that. Piazza, what a great man. I still say he's the all-time greatest hitting catcher that's ever played. I know Johnny Bench is there. I know there's a few others, but Piazza, he might have been the worst at throwing people out of all time.
You got Pudge Rodriguez.
Pudge Rodriguez, yep. Another great one.
You got Yadi Molina.
Yep. You do.
So he's either A
he's in that
or
conversation. He's definitely in that conversation.
No, definitely, dude. Nobody had more power than that man, but he couldn't throw the second for nothing.
He was not a very good defensive catcher. I mean, I know he's in the Hall of Fame, but because of his bat more than his catching. I think there was one year he threw out. Yeah, I think there was one year he threw out like 4% of the runners. I'm not even joking. I think it was something that bad. It was like 4% of the runners. Because I always told you, I have some Met fans, friends of mine that hate the Yankees, and they were like, "How could you say all around Jorge Posada is better than?" I said all around because Piazza's a better defensive catcher than Piazza at the time. Posada was a great.
That's not far-fetched.
That's not even far-fetched. I said all around catcher. Posada's better. Like, what are you crazy? I'm like, I'm not crazy. That's not even like a discussion. All around, Posada's.
When you say all around, you have to take everything else. And Piazza was under average with an arm, batted anything in the dirt. He did call a good game.
He did. I'm not even knocking Piazza. I'm just saying this. Saying you're being biased as you're a Yankee fan. No, I'm not. All around, Posada was a better catcher.
I agree.
Around.
I agree. As a Met fan, I agree. The dude was back 320, the 30 home runs, over 100 RBIs, but he couldn't throw nobody out, and that's why we lost a lot of games. Once the guy got on first base, he could walk to second base.
A single was a double. A single turned into a double. There's no doubt.
And it wasn't even close when he used to throw to second base. It was horrible.
Gunnar said it could be Alcott. Does that sound familiar? Alcott? O-L-C-O?
No, the first one. It was 15 minutes from the border. That's what I remember going south.
He said it's 15 minutes from the border. I don't know why I'm repeating that. I think they can hear you, but it's 15 minutes from the border. So let's review. Lou shows up late. I do the Met game for him. I got to read for him, and then I got to relay messages. I'm like,
you're in the basement.
We're in the basement. This is what happens. This is what happens. People are like, we didn't expect to be on. The Yankees weren't on that. I'm like, oh, well, you know, Lou's a great Met fan, die hard. I said, I like the Mets. I grew up in a Met household. So we're going to do, you know, we're going to do it for Lou. We're going to do this for Lou. Everything was for Lou. And meanwhile, fourth inning, I'm still talking about the game. No Lou. Lou comes on. I got to read. I got to read messages. Doesn't have his chat up. You know, this is what happens in the basement.
It'll be good. It'll be good by Monday.
You know I'm going to break balls until then, man. But
of course,
Rick, they love they love the Lou.
I wouldn't expect anything less from you, Johnny.
That's right. That's why I can take it when I have nasty tans and bad, Hellboy stuff going on. But Rick loved the Lou unicorn because he was one that was listening over the weekend to this guy Lou. It's like, who the hell is Lou? He's a mythical figure.
Yeah.
That's right. Lockport, when you're in the basement, anything happens in the basement, man. So this is what I got to do. I got to do everything. It's what we do. Everything, mistakes, everything. Lou calls Steve Nash, Kevin Nash. I said Clyde Drexler never won a ring. You know, things happen. Things happen in the basement. That's right. Emerging from the depths. Anybody that's new here, subscribe, bell notice, like button. We're emerging from the depths, going for 1,000 subs for our short-term goal. And then from there, it's 2,000 and beyond. But this channel will always be for us, for fans. You guys are talking about preseason football. We're talking about where the hell the letter O by. We're doing geography on here. We're doing mapping. We're doing things around Buffalo. We found out guys. Huh? It's just Lou can't work his phone. He comes in and out the whole night. This is great. This is what happens in the basement.
I'm telling you, a year from now, we're going to look back at these. We're going to be like, what were we doing?
Yeah, Gardini, that's a good one. He said Piazza is what we thought Gary Sanchez could have been hitting-wise. Definitely catching-wise, they're probably similar. But, yeah, Gary, when he first came out, the Yankees, he said he's not saying Gary was Piazza. He's saying the Yankees were hoping he was going to become like a Piazza, hitting all these home runs. The guy was, the pitchers didn't want to pitch to him. And then the Yankees hold on to him for 3 extra years, wondering when this is going to happen. It's crazy. It's crazy.
When he hit the ball, he hit it far.
Yeah, and apparently learning. That's right, Gunnar. The other thing you're learning is you guys live near each other. These guys are talking about stuff like it's click. And by the way, Gunnar also said it's probably Olean. See, Gunnar, I said it that time without looking at how to pronounce it, which you mentioned earlier. Olean. I learned something today. Olean.
There we go. The hood? I just want to know, is that the hood? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Now we're going to learn more. Gunnar, that is crazy that you guys are all in the chat here. You're all Bills fans, and you guys are all live near each other. Like, there's another Bills fan in here that doesn't even live in Buffalo. All right, Diaz is out for the 9th inning. Apparently, half of you don't care because you're watching the Raiders and the Jaguars, but it's all good.
It's all good here, baby. It's all good.
We're all good here. We're all good here. Yeah. He said, except Gary hit the ball 20% of the time, the Piazza's 32% of the time. That's right. That's damn right. You're damn right. Yep. And to think that Gallo was worse than that. All right, Diaz.
But remember, 30% batting is Hall of Famer.
Uh-oh. Rick jumped in here and said Olean is nowhere near the border, nowhere near Canada. So now we didn't learn something. Now we're learning something else. So now it sounds like there's going to be a little argument over the Atlas. Where does Jimmy G end up? Yeah, you must want Jimmy G. Lockport just said you must want Jimmy G on the Giants.
I said it, yes. I said it the last time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I said it the other day. Tuesday. I said it Tuesday.
You got to want Jimmy G on the Giants, man. Why not? I think Dable and them all want.
Why not?
I'll tell you what, Belichick didn't want to lose him. Robert Kraft, I think, shipped him out of here because Brady didn't want him. I don't know the whole story behind that. I just know that Belichick apparently did not want him off the team. And I think that's where Kraft pulled rank and shipped him off. Jimmy G goes to the Giants. That would be amazing for you guys. Gunner jumped back in. Wrong border. Olean isn't the Canadian border. It's against the Pennsylvania border. So, Rick, you were right. Boy, this is great. We're having Atlas discussions and arguments on here and border patrols and everything going on.
When we got more time, I'm going to tell you guys a story when I went to Toronto that is going to knock your socks off. I promise.
So be here anytime between 5th and 8th innings to catch Lou. I have to tell these stories. You got about 3-inning window to find them.
and it includes my best friend Doughboy.
That's right. Oh, okay. Yep. I think everybody knows now that Doughboy's your friend. You say it every time.
I lost you guys again.
Yeah, you're frozen, but I can hear you. You're frozen. Dude, are you working through a rotary phone? Are you doing a dial-up right now? What are you doing over there? You have a floppy disk? You using floppy disks over there? I don't know. Lockport, that's a good question, brother. I don't know. I don't know if he had to have been there, though, when Jimmy G was there, right? I mean, how long was he with Buffalo? You would think he was there. Diaz is about to strike Darno out. How about Travis Darno? He leaves the Mets and he becomes really good.
Add him to the list, Johnny. Add him to the list.
Add Darno to the list of guys that did nothing for the Mets until they left. Oh, they almost got him and picked him back off. That was a good heads up by Marte, man. That was good heads up.
Could have hit over 220 for the Mets, goes to Atlanta, carries them in the first round of the playoffs, hit like 3 home runs, becomes a superstar or all-star twice.
You know what's funny, man, is showing the Brave stuff's on here. the Braves were considered, what's weird is the Braves were considered the team of the 90s, yet they only won one World Series. They won as many World Series as the Twins won. The Toronto Blue Jays won 2 World Series. The Yankees beat them, won more than them too. How are they the team of the 90s? They're considered the team of the 90s.
Because they beat up on the East that sucked.
Because they made all these World Series. Yo, you lost to the Twins. By the way, the Braves and the Twins, here's a nice little nugget of trivia information. They're the first 2 teams to finish worst and then go to the World Series the next year. They both finished in last the year before, and they both went to the World Series.
I don't want to say it, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't say it. They kind of remind me of the Bills of the 90s.
Oh, these Bills fans they're real. They're honest. They know. They know. The Bills, it's sad because we're all saying how a lot of the Buffalo Bills greats from that. Oh, come on, man. Wild pitch. A lot of the greats from that Bills team, they're not looked like. Bruce Smith never gets mentioned. The guy is the all-time sacks leader from the defensive end. And I always tell him he's in the same boat as Reggie White. They're like, no way, Reggie White was way better. No, he was not way better than Bruce Smith.
No, he was not better than Bruce Smith like that.
Way better than Bruce Smith. But why is this happening? Because they didn't win a Super Bowl. Thurman Thomas, the Buffalo Bills had one of the greatest offenses of all time. They had one of the greatest offenses of all time. They don't get considered because they never won.
They went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. That's hard to do amongst yourself.
They say, Lou, your phone's overheating. You need that AC. You need that AC, bro. Your phone's overheating. Yeah, they made 4 and 5 years, Godini. That is very true. That's very true. But it's just sad.
What did he say? I'm sorry. I lost you guys for a minute.
Oh, they said that your phone's heating up. You need that AC, brother. You need that AC.
No, I got a fan. I got a fan going here.
That was from Lockport. Yeah, come on, man. It's like everybody's like, what the hell? Who shows up late and just, dipping off all the time? He's using dial-up through a rotary phone. That's what's going on.
That's a good one. I'll take it.
Yep.
That was good.
Using dial-up through a rotary phone. That's what's happening right now. They did make it. He's saying that the Braves made the World Series 4 out of 5 years is why they say it. But it's still, the Yankees made the World Series, 4 years in a row and won 3 of them.
I'm going to put Peggy on the bicycle now so we can get the internet better.
Well, don't worry. The game's almost over, Lou. So you'll be spared of all this excitement, dropping in and getting white noise, disappearing. Yo, I'll tell you what, this game was one of the quickest games. This game's one of the quickest games that I've done all week. A lot of these games have been over 4 hours, and some of them are Yankee Royal games. Snooze fest. Huh? This game's over.
Don't jinx it, Johnny.
Diaz on the mound. You gonna be back with us tomorrow night?
Yes, sir.
8:15, Yankees Cardinals.
I come out late tomorrow.
Yeah, but okay. Well, the game starts at 8:15, and I think everybody doesn't expect you to the 4th inning anyway. As long as you're with us, man.
I pop up.
I know, right? I don't think anybody at this juncture expects you to be here. They'd be shocked if they turn it on and we're both on at the same time. I'm trying to say Sunday I won't be here. I will not be here at all for any game Sunday. I won't be here at all. Doing some family visiting on Sunday. Let's see. Yankees on Saturday. I'll be here. I'll definitely. That's it. Game's over there. I'll definitely be here on Saturday. But tomorrow night, 8:15. Yankees, Cardinals should be Nestor Cortez. I'm hoping the Mets close it out. Diaz 6 out save. Guy's money. The guy's best closer in the game.
He's having a great season.
Guy's the best closer in the game. He's the best closer in the game. He's money. Who's better? Really, he's money. Who's better than him? Who's doing better than him?
Six outs.
Dude, he's the guy. Edwin Diaz is the best closer in the game. The one thing the Mets have going for them is their starting pitching, and when you get it to Diaz, Ottavino's been pitching really well too, though. So those are like 2 guys when they come in. it's pretty much money.
But we got Trevor May back. We got Trevor May back. That he could be the bridge.
That's true. He can be the bridge. Yep.
We got McGill coming back, but he's not gonna have a starting spot, so he's gonna be in the bullpen.
Yep. Good game for the Mets. You're right, Rick. And yeah, Monty versus Herman. Herman is just an absolute train wreck. This guy, to think that he's even on the New York Yankees and he's fighting for a starting position. He's had 3 starts since he went back, and the best one he had was against the Royals, and his ERA is still over 7, which is a joke. Loizaca's fallen off the map too. He just got his ERA down to 6.5. I mean, I don't know what happened to that kid. He was really good last year.
John, real quick. Brock Lesnar bringing in the freaking and lifting up the ring. When if people go back and look at that video, my face was genuine. There was no acting there.
Oh, I know.
Because I've been watching. I'm 42 years old. I've been watching wrestling since I can remember. I've never seen anything like that ever.
For people to just not think wrestling's exciting, wrestling is pure entertainment. Wrestling is incredible to watch. The matches are amazing. It's just so much fun, man.
It's a male soap opera.
Yeah, I don't have high expectations even for Trevor, man. But we'll see what happens, Godini. And Frankie Montas has to be pitching this weekend. I just don't know if he's starting tomorrow or when Cortez is starting. But it just depends on when he pitched last for the A's is when he's going to start. But the Yankees pitching staff's a crapshoot. And Cole, his next start is going to be against the Mariners again. And the Mariners didn't even have Rodriguez in the lineup. Didn't even have him in the lineup. He's been on the 10-day IL. But he'll probably be back next week.
And when you play the Mets, the Grom wasn't there neither. So imagine him and Max going back to back.
Oh, I already mentioned that. I know. That's what I said yesterday. It was supposed to be a big pitching duel. Cole and Luis Castillo. And Luis Castillo is the only one that got the message of the pitching duel. I knew once I was 6. And then Michael K's going to sit there, and I like Michael K. But he's going to sit there and go, Cole is settled in. He's retired 14 of the last 18 batters. I'm like, settled in? 6. What about the 3 bombs that produced 6 runs in the first? I don't care what he's doing now. Who cares? The only reason they have him out there is because they want to exhaust the bullpen again.
He's become such a homer.
Frankie is pitching tomorrow. Well, Godini, Frankie tomorrow. He's coming in. Monster game. He has to pitch well. Has to. Then Nestor on Saturday. And then Sunday's probably going to be freaking Tyon again, who I'm not very big on either. Tyon he's been shaky lately, man. I'm just not big on him, man. He's just not he has 10 wins. He just doesn't give me that. Huh?
St. Louis ain't a pushover team. St. Louis is not pushover. They got a squad.
Yep. Hey, Lou, that's right. Godini's right, man. He's saying, relax, man. He's the 4th best pitcher in the game. Okay, he shut us down. I mean, a lot of Met fans were on us about Max Scherzer shut down Aaron Judge, too. It's like, dude, how many great hitters does the guy shut down his career?
No, it's not that he shut them down. Look at the lineup he's shutting down. You guys were coming in, the top dog lineup,
but it's Max Scherzer.
Everybody.
There's no shame in that. Like when I know other Met fans are like, we killed you guys. It's like, what is the shame in Max Scherzer shutting us down?
There is no shame. There is no shame. I'm not saying that, but as a Met fan that lives in the Bronx all my life, I had people texting me all week. Oh, it's about time. We got the number 1 versus number 1, but you guys are our little brothers. We're gonna smack you. So yeah, I'm gonna come claim it. I'm gonna
get
some fire.
I get it. But I mean, when you have Taijuan Walker and Max Scherzer going up against Montgomery and Herman, that was not even close to a pitching match. That was horrible. That showed the Yankees right there why they had to go out at the trade deadline and pick up pitching, because you can't have these guys pitching for us in these matchups. And Walker, not Walker, Montgomery gave up 4 extra base hits in the first inning against the Mets. Not that they have a bad order and they're a top team, but then he lost to the Royals on his next start. And that's when it's like, dude, it's time for you to go. However, with Severino on the 60-day IL, which Godini had brought up, how do you get rid of him during that time? It's like you need another pitcher again. Right. That's right. Gardini it'd be like us bragging to somebody about Rivas shutting down your top receiver. Like, of course he's going to shut him down. It's Darrelle Rivas, man. So yeah, we get it. Yep, definitely get it. Rivas, right. Right. How do you, of course, Rivas shut you. That's why Cromartie, people like Cromartie wasn't that good. When you have Peyton Manning and Tom Brady not throwing to your side, you are a legend. And that's why the Richard Sherman thing doesn't make any sense to me. Brady and Peyton Manning refused to throw to Rivas' side unless they had to. That is legendary.
Don't
talk about two of the greatest quarterbacks ever.
Do a whole show about Rivas' year.
We do. I told these guys only the Jets could have a secondary that gives up 8 passing touchdowns from week 1 to the championship game, and only 8, and still not make the Super Bowl. It's just out of this world.
He killed Ocho Cinco. He killed Terrell Owens. We could keep on going.
Oh, we could go on and on.
That was the greatest season, and I'll debate anybody on that from here to the day I die.
It's the greatest season on secondary ever.
Corner.
Yep. Yep. But hey, look, yeah, wrestling is wrestling is awesome, Dan. You're right. It's the greatest, man. Well, I'm still doing Monday Night Raws, and we're gonna do Clash of the Castle watch party September 3rd. Watch crazy party right here. Anyway, this game is over. The Legend of I said the Legion of Boom was terrible in the playoffs. Yeah, Gunner, the Legion of Boom, that secondary cannot match the Jets secondary, and I'm not being biased. Lou's not even a Jets fan. He knows what he's not. He's a Giants fan. He's not even a Jet fan. That Legion of Boom could not match that Rivas and Cromartie in them. It could not do it.
Yo, let me tell you. Once again, I'm not a Jets fan, but you have to give credit where credit is due. That season, what was it? Was it 09? Was it?
09, they gave up 8 passing touchdowns from week 1 to the championship game. Only 8 in the air. That's it. And you're talking about playing Tom Brady twice a year. You're talking, I mean, like I said, Brady and Manning. Brady's the all-time great. Manning's one of the all-time greats, and they won't throw to your side.
Guys, go look at the receivers that he shut down that year. He gave up 2 passing touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. And he played against – the schedule must have been crazy. Whoever did the schedule –
Your volume is all the way down, dude.
I know. I have to go come out.
Listen, before you even bother getting – hold on.
Oh. I'm sorry, John.
Now you're upside down. This is funny. Gardini, you are 100% correct, Gardini. You are going to like this guy, Gardini, because he's ready to go at it. Wait till the Mets play the Yankees again. He's like, Met fans act like this was the World Series. It's just a series, guys. But they, you guys got to get excited.
We're not saying that. But I want you to be honest. Weren't you talking crap for the last 3 weeks or 2 months because the Yankees were killing everybody, had the best record in baseball? And what happened?
You know what? You guys got the 2. He's right. I'm just saying this will be fun because Gardini, you got a guy here that's ready to go. He's ready to defend the Yankees. Ready to go, man. That's it. That's what happens in the basement. We are in the basement. It's ready. It's time to talk the trash. We're playing the Bronx. It's gonna be on.
I don't bring up these little stats. No, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna show you stats that you weren't even talking about. Or even
we're ready. This is gonna be fun when the Mets play the Yankees again. We are ready. But listen,
You ain't the richest team anymore.
Yep. What's that?
Tell your boy he's not the richest team in baseball anymore.
Gardini, we're gonna end it because Lou's having bad reception, but he's the Mets. The one thing I love about the Met fans, not necessarily Lou, but they always hated George Steinbrenner buying all the players, and it's like that's so you can't do that. That's what the Yankees do. Now they have Steve Cohen buying players, and they all love it. They all love it. So it's great. It's great when it's happening to you. It's like the people that hate LeBron would love him if he was on their team winning rings. So
tell your boy I'm going to be on tomorrow.
Yep, he said, this is going to be good. You and Gardini, this is going to be great. He said he couldn't care, couldn't give a shit. He knew they didn't have DeGrom. It was basically your 1 and 2 versus our 4 and 5. So we're going to be back on tomorrow. You guys can continue this. Wait to Gardini, you have to be here for when the Mets play the Yankees. Gardini, you have to be here when our Yankees play the Mets coming up. You have to be in the room for that.
Typical Yankee fan.
So listen, guys, we're in the basement. Thank you so much for showing up and giving us your time. We love the fact that you guys are watching preseason football and talking all the sports. That's what happens here. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, subscribe, the bell notice, and the like button. Keep this stream going. Help us get to 1,000 subs. And guys that are here and already sub, tell your friends, get them in here, have them subscribe. We know this is all fan chat, all fans for fans. Thank you to each and every one of you that showed up. And thank you, Lou, for showing up 5 innings later. So we will
I'm taking off my gloves tomorrow. I'm taking off the gloves tomorrow.
Oh man, Gardini. He does say he respects the F out of the Mets this year, though. He does respect the F out of the Mets this year.
Tell the magician Houdini I'm coming for him tomorrow.
Gardini, you and Lou going back and forth on Yankees Mets. That's what happens down here. It's all in fun. It's nothing personal. The sports trash talk is real, and that's what it's all about. That's what sports rivalries is all about. It's about the talk. It's about the walk. It's about having fun with it, man. That's what we do here in the basement. So we will be back tomorrow night, 8:15 Eastern time. We will see you then. Lou will probably show up whenever the hell he shows up. And we are with Johnny Basement. We are out.
Call me the Loch Ness